So last session, we started off with LDB and Pigley and Crezion going into Augustus's shop,
Oh yeah,
which is just called Augustus's shop as far as any of my notes are concerned.
it's called Calder's Hidden Inventory.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
And then
into it.
we went to go and see Leopold Vespertine, the Crown Prince. At
Mm-hmm.
which point, we tried to barter with him to get more than 100 soldiers and a week's worth of supplies, and he was less than receptive thanks to Bart Alderidge, the Chancellor of Commerce. However, we gave him the leg of the dragonborn uh, necromancer, warlock, whichever one he was, to
Mm-hmm.
inspect to try and persuade him to give us more troops. Then we headed to the Iron Cage to meet Don Giovanni Carluccio, also known as the Comrade. Commodore, sorry, not Comrade.
A convoy.
Hemorrhoids.
Commodore.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Dan did a bit, LDB, sorry, did a bit of fighting. We earned some money. Pigley sold his scroll that he had. Yeah, and then we kind of all split off. LDB went on a date with Augustus. They ended up spooning in a park somewhere. That's where we left LDB. Pigley was headed to Augustus's shop to meet us, and I met my daughter. And I also sent Crezion away with a note to Varlin. Yeah, and we finished off with me heading out of the Black Lotus and on the way about to set off to meet Pigley.
Okay. Yes, that covers it pretty much entirely. It's a pretty eventful day for one or two party members. And the fiscal, you as you're sort of walking, make your way there. How do you think your character's feeling right now?
Well, I would like to start off with A, I had the horse with me, and B, just as I'm about to set off, because it dawned on me between sessions, I'm going to run back inside to quickly speak to Drasilia.
To speak to Drasilia, okay. You make your way in. Obviously, now that you're a known associate of the Madam in Waiting, they just allow you to enter and take you back through to the
A known associate. I'm her son.
a known associate
Okay.
of the Madam in Waiting. Yeah, so you're now inside the Black Lotus, and you're outside the office where your mother was, or is, should I say?
Yeah. Okay, so just as I'm about to knock on the door, can I roll a perception check to see if I can hear anything from the other side of the door, like any conversations or anything?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a perception.
That is a 16. 16.
A 16. You don't really hear anything. You don't hear any murmuring or any talking or anything like that. Appears pretty silent through the door from what you can hear.
Okay. I'm going to head into the. I'm going to just give a little knock on the door, and then I'll go in to speak to her.
As you walk in, Mum looks up and says, "Can I help you with something, Fiscal?"
I was just wondering if it would be possible. Would you potentially be able to wrangle up any mercenaries or folks who are quite proficient with weapons to assist with Varlin as like a sort of advance party that could potentially leave in the morning?
Well, it's an interesting request. Considering your current predicament, I would have thought you'd want this place pretty well protected.
50-50, like send some people away, keep some people here. I'm aware Annika and Isabella are at potential risk here. However, the larger threat, obviously looming over Varlin, could spill out, and that would also be detrimental to their health, shall we say, or their life, more or less.
I can commit some soldiers to your ranks. However, I do not want to leave this place understaffed and underprotected. I could only realistically commit maybe 100 soldiers.
Would you be able to send them as soon as possible to Varlin? I will write a note to give for you to give to them, to give to Liliana, the head of the Hunters Guild, just so she is aware of why they're there.
Above the table, are you saying you want these guys now to just go ahead
Yes.
of the rest of the... Okay, right. She looks like she's thinking to herself for a second, and then she says, I suppose if you draft the letter and provide the adequate seal, then should be no problem getting those soldiers mobilized.
Okay. What above the table? What kind of seal?
The Hunters Guild seal that you got.
All right. So do I just put that with the letter?
Yeah, put it with the letter, or you can burn some wax and stamp it.
In my head, like this is just like, I don't know, like a fucking 6-inch by 6-inch piece of metal with the Hunters Guild crest on it.
It can't. Yeah, it pretty much is that, but it's embossed. So if you need to send official documents, well, okay, for the purposes of this, send an emergency aid. An embossed like wax seal would more than suffice.
Okay. Yeah. So I will walk over to Drusilia's desk, and I will grab a quill and some parchment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just write a note saying, hopefully, Crazy Orn's note got to you. Here is an advance party. They will aid until larger reinforcements and ourselves arrive shortly. And then signed Fiscal, Schlongding, and the others. And then I'll melt some wax from, I assume there's candlelight. Melt some wax.
There's plenty of candles, especially on the desk, and your mum's got an official sort of wax sealing kit, for lack of a better word. So yeah, there's no problem there. But as you're writing this, your mum's kind of watching you. She says, well, at least your penmanship's still quite good.
Thank you.
Are you sending this letter out, or do you want me to handle it?
If you would be willing to hand it to one of your trusted men, then yeah, they can just head out as soon as feasibly possible, preferably sooner rather than later.
Then I shall set the plan in motion.
Thank you. And then I will turn around and...
Fiscal, before you go.
Yes?
As you've had a chance now to meet your daughter, what are your thoughts and intentions?
I would certainly like to get to know Isabella more. It's a lot to take in right now, to be honest, but yeah, I think I'm going to need a little bit more time to just wrap my head around the entire situation, but I certainly intend on attempting at least to have a relationship.
I understand. That makes sense. Well, just do what you can at Varlin and make sure you come back alive for her.
I'll do my best.
And then she just sort of gestures her hand for you to get out of here.
Cool. And I'll head back out. I'll hop onto the front of the carriage and I will make my way towards Calder's Hidden Inventory. Is that the right name?
That is the right official name.
I don't have that written down anywhere. That's just
do you not?
No,
I felt like I mentioned it a few times.
No, yeah, you have, but I just keep writing Augustus's shop.
Okay, that's fine. Right. So that's Fiscal. That's your intro section. Other guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm asleep on some bench. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Spooning Augustus.
How'd I get here? Why am I hard? Wait, hard?
That shouldn't be a surprise to you anymore.
No. I'm constantly hard. Okay.
Piggly, what do you just want to wait there, or is there anything you want to do?
No, I'll just go straight there.
Okay, we'll say not a lot of time passes, and Piscal bumps into Piggly outside the shop on a horse and cart.
Cool. I'll parch up. Is Piggly already there when I get there? Because obviously he's going on foot from the Crimson.
I would say, yeah, just to make things a little bit smoother, we'll say that when you arrive there, Piggly will also be there.
Okay. Is it like one of those little moments where we both arrive at the same time?
Surprisingly, yeah. You both arrive at the exact same time that you arrive there, and then you look at each other and go, "Oh, it's you! Oh, it's you!"
What is your name? Sorry.
But it is quite late now. Probably just a bit beyond midnight. You don't know where LDB is. Well, Piggly knows where LDB might be. It's gone on a day, but no one knows exactly where he is.
Damn straight.
Is the carriage set up for, like, the back of the carriage? Is that set up for potential long rests?
You could, yeah. Yeah, you could definitely long rest in there. It's not a huge carriage, but you could lie down in there.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
fairly comfortably.
So, obviously, how long would you say this carriage is?
In terms of from... I would say probably about 6 foot, maybe, from the top to the bottom.
Like
from the front of the carriage to the back, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, like, I'm talking about the height here. But...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I'll turn around and Piggly and go, hop in the back. We'll find somewhere to park up and get some rest.
No, hop in.
Okay. You guys get onto the carriage and start making your way around. You realise that it's probably not a good idea to park up on any of the main roads, because in the upper city there's a lot of guard patrols. So
no, we'll try and find somewhere like a back alley or something. We can stay down.
I'd say you can head towards the gate, Cutter's Gate, and there's a back alley you can park on. Not outside the gate, but just around there.
Yeah.
And that'll be no problem. So we'll say, is that everything done for tonight then?
Yeah, I'll park up and then I'll hop in the back. At which point I'll just kind of like sit up against the side of the carriage and I'll go for my long rest, allowing Piggly to lie down.
Okay, cool, no problem. Right, that's that sorted. So you guys take your long rests then. Let's go ahead and mark that off if you need to. And we'll move on to the morning time now. So LDB, you are awakened by the sound of just general traffic in the park as the rich and successful are walking around, taking in the sights. Some noticing the 8'2" Goliath sprawled out on the ground. You thought you were under a bench, but you're actually just in the middle of the field, spread eagle.
Yes.
Augustus is nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
damn!
I've been jilted.
High and dry, bro.
Bruv, I've been jilted. All right, I'm gonna get up, dust myself off. God, that was a weird night.
Yeah, you
don't normally go for boys, but all right. Yeah, I was got a bit fruity. Okay. Let's get a bit fruity now.
The B in LDB stands for bisexual.
Fucking hell. It's not confirmed. I could be gay.
LGBTQ plus.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Cool.
That
was good.
I remember that Piggly and Piscal said we should meet at the Augustus' shop, whatever it's called. I don't know, the gay something.
Yeah, the hidden inventory.
Yes.
Make your way over there. Is there anything you want to do before you get there, or are you just going to head straight there?
I think I'm a bit in shock that I've been ditched. So I'm like, how dare he? I watched the stars with that young man.
Young?
That old man. He's a young man in ours, bro. Everyone that's smaller than me, I assume is younger than me.
He's younger than you.
Yeah. I'm like,
Perfect
damn.
glimpse
so
into
many,
the logic of LDV there.
so many kids around here. Piggly, how old are you? 12 months? Like,
Why
Wait, hang on, that
friendship
presents a
if
little
not
bit of a
funny?
problem. Dan, that
no.
presents a little bit of a problem.
No. We do this. We're not gonna go there. All right?
Okay, alright, we won't.
All I'm
Alright.
gonna say is, that's crazy. All right, let's move on. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna meet the boyos. And I'm gonna go. Fucking weird night. Bizarre.
Yeah, so you guys are awoken by the sound of LDB walking around, lamenting emotionally the fact that he got jilted in the park.
Brother, I'm actually depressed.
Yeah, there you go. He's very upset. You can tell from the sound of his voice. I could rage, but I don't have it in me.
I haven't even got rage in me right now.
Okay, so I imagine I'm still I'm just like sat on at this point. I'm just sat outside the shop, waiting on the front of the horse and cart.
Yeah, you can say that.
I'll like open the little slot to the inside of the carriage. I'll open that and then I'll just say it will DB, hop in the back, and then I'll turn around and go, how do you feel about going to see if the Crown Prince has made any more leeway with giving us some more troops?
Well, I'm up for that, mate. I mean, fucking hell, I couldn't have a worse morning so far, so let's go if I could.
Piggly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll steer the horses in the general direction of the Kinghood.
Yes, you guys, you make your way up there. As per usual, as you approach, the gates are shut, and the guardsman comes over to you again, and he says, "What's your business here?"
Same as it was yesterday. Here to see the Crown Prince.
I'm afraid things have changed since yesterday. You're not permitted entry at this time.
Any particular reason?
Cap.
Not that you need to know.
Is there anything that we can assist with?
No.
Okay. Are you sure? Because it took you a second to think of it.
He was, as you were asking him that question, he kind of took a second, I'll say with your passive perception, you can see he took a second looking around, and you sort of follow suit where he's looking. You can see there's a couple of people sort of protesting about, well, not protesting, but loitering around the front gate. A couple of guardsmen just keeping them far off from the entrance. Doesn't look like they're like in a protest, but I'll say actually give me an insight check.
Insight.
You guys can assist if you want to as well.
It's 15.
We'll go for that. That should be fine, right?
15, yeah. You get the sense that there's something happening between the people, because these aren't just like rabble, these are like nobles that are gathered outside, and the guards do not, under any circumstances, want to let these nobles through the gate, and they can't let you in either.
Okay. Obviously, I've taken note of that. I'll hop down off the horses, and I'll just make my way over to the nearest of the noblemen.
Yeah. I'll say you approach a gentleman. Let me get his description up. Kind of an older-looking human male. He's wearing quite royal-looking gear. It's all dark blues, light blues, and sort of silver patterns, with, I don't know what you call them now. You know those kind of outfits that have got the long scarf, kind of what priests wear, where it goes all the way down. It's like a long, he's got one of those, and on there is written in Celestial is the words Sapphire Crown Collective on both of the scarves. I'm just going to call it a scarf. It's not a scarf, but that's what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
As it drapes down over him. The gentleman is trying to
what did you say there? Sorry, the Sapphire Star.
Sapphire. Well, you speak Celestial, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says the Sapphire Crown Collective.
Okay. Carry on.
And as you approach him, he says, "Can I help you?"
Um. Yeah. Hi, Fiscal Schlongding, and I'll stick my hand out.
He looks down at your hand without even moving his head, and he goes, Claude Voss. I'm the lead for the Sapphire Crown Collective political party. We're currently trying to secure an audience with the Crown.
Why are you trying to seek an audience with the Crown?
Well, we've heard there's some rumblings of danger in one of the other towns. What's the name now? He starts clicking his fingers trying to recall it.
I don't suppose you mean Varlin, do you, Claude?
Varlin. Yes, that's the one. And now that you've said Varlin, his eyes kind of shift a little bit as he senses that he might have a chance to get what he needs from you. And he says, "Are you from Varlin?"
I originally hail from just outside Cutter's Gate.
Ah, a son of Demetriel, no less. And tell me, do you have business with Varlin?
I have friends there.
But that doesn't answer my question, young man.
What is your interest with the potential rumblings of danger?
Well, you see, he cuts you off as you're asking him the question because you get the sense that this guy's mind has got like a million different schemes going at once, and as soon as he hears something, he jumps at the opportunity, and he says, "Well, you see, the thing is, I'm part of a political party, and we're trying to secure a place on the Royal Advisory Council so that we can spread our influence to those who need it most desperately. And we need a story. We need something that's going to move the people, and I don't think there's going to be anything that will move the people more than a town under siege. And the story that the Crown just won't help them."
Unfortunately for yourself, the Crown is willing to help us.
Are they?
Yes, I spoke to Leopold yesterday.
No kidding. You spoke to the Crown Prince.
Yes.
And what did he have to say?
He was more than willing to provide supplies and provisions and soldiers. Couldn't think of the word.
How many soldiers?
From what I said, I think it was a full contingent.
A full contingent? It's a mere pittance, my boy. These people control thousands and thousands of soldiers. Okay. He puts his hand on your shoulder and sort of gestures you to walk with him down the road a little bit. And he says, "Listen, our political party, we might not be as affluent as the royal states in this town, but in this city, but we can provide you with some more supplies. Soldiers, not so much, but supplies, we can manage that. All I want from you is when you go to the people and save the day inevitably, I want you to try and get some stories, and I want you to put the name of our party out there. Just tell them the Sapphire Crown Collective helped. Get some support for us."
Could I ask, what is the Sapphire Crown Collective's policies?
We are a party that is looking to bridge the gap between the common folk and royalty. And we understand the plight of the common people. Okay? Me, myself, I was born in Foultown. I was raised close, well, not outside the city walls, that'd be a bit gauche, but I was born close to the walls. And I understand the plight. These people, they just need the chance, and that's what our party is for. You want to open up more schools, more hospitals, more services to the people outside these walls, and who knows, maybe even in some far off future, let them inside the walls, okay?
Why?
And they understand
Alright,
we
Nigel,
are a
alright.
party that don't want us to say what we'll do. They want us to do what we say. Do I have your support?
As I say, I am a resident, or was a resident of the Metrial. However, I don't think I've ever voted in any of the elections.
Well, there's always a chance, my boy, and if you go out there, you put the word out, and when you come back and you're rightfully hailed as a hero and your friends, if they are, then just mention that one line. This victory was brought to you in part by the Sapphire Crown Collective.
I'll think on it.
Okay, just know the supplies aren't going to last forever, so you need to come up with a decision fairly quickly. Otherwise, chance is going to go.
I'll kind of turn away from him, like face the other way, and I'll kind of like put my hands on my face, thinking about it, and I'll go, and I'll just say to myself, well, I could always just fucking lie. I'll turn back to him and I'll go, sure, when Varlin is saved, I'm sure I can manage to muster up a sentence worth of thanks at least.
Excellent. That's good news. I knew you were a smart young man. Listen, what we will do, we understand obviously there's quite a standing army gathered just beyond Cutter's Gate, and we will send our supplies in cartloads to them. Okay, at the very least, 2 to 3 weeks worth of supplies, even some building supplies. You know, these battles get drawn out sometimes. You need to rebuild. We will help however we can.
Okay. Above the table.
Yes.
What soldiers are presently gathered at Cutter's Gate?
So you've got the contingent.
My understanding, we still had 24 hours before they were.
Well, when you spoke to the Crown Prince, he'd mobilized the Blue Capes that he had authorized to leave the Metrial, and they gathered not in Cutter's Gate, but along the road leading into Cutter's Gate, basically waiting for their orders. And there's a few of the mercenaries from the Carluccios that are gathered on the opposite side, basically. Not all of them, yeah.
I was going to say, because we've got...
There's 100 of those, about 900 of the others, I'm pretty sure.
900 is definitely what you said.
Is that what I said?
It was 700.
Yeah.
In the interest of full disclosure, it was 700.
Okay, well, we'll say 900 to make it a bit easier to round up.
Okay, and Antonio.
Okay. And Antonio, he makes up for 300 people. Okay, so yeah, they're currently filtering in and lining up. Basically, you're getting your provisions together, and they're getting their provisions together. But it's taken notice. Obviously, people are interested, and this guy in front of you, Claude Voss, you get the sense that he's a very tricky kind of guy, and he's trying to get some power or some influence wherever he can, and he saw an opportunity. And he's walked right in front of him, and he's managed to secure it. He's feeling quite proud of himself. He walks off after you've agreed to the terms, and he goes to speak to the other nobles that were gathered around, and then after a few sentences, they disperse.
Okay. I'd like to point out I rolled a 15 on deception when I said yes. That's all right, I assume.
That's fine. He did not seem to grasp any of your deceptions.
Okay, cool. I'll grab them, head over to the guard. I'll go, I've managed to disperse your little crowd that was forming. Can you please give us an audience with the Crown Prince?
Please.
Right, you are. Well, I mean, I appreciate the help, personally, because otherwise that would have had to get a bit dirty. You wait here, sunshine. I'll see if I can get an audience for you.
Safe.
And he disappears off, and you guys are now just currently waiting outside for a response. See if you are granted an audience or not.
I'll turn to Pigley and I'll go, how was your time at the Crimson, whatchamacallit? The auction house?
The auction house, yeah. I managed to sell that scroll that we sold. So his is the cut for the rest of his.
Yeah. We've already
I'll
added that. So
hand
that's
over
fine.
Oi.
Yeah. I just figured I'd mention it before we just everyone's had gold appear out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Crimson Exchange, that's what it was called. LTP, how'd your date go?
So it was all right actually. We looked at the stars. That's about it. We talked. I got a summer job, so that's kind of cool.
You got a summer job. How's
Don't
that?
know when I can actually fit the hours in, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
And then he jilted me.
What's your job doing?
Restocking. Hopefully a bit of security work.
You sound like a
General-
proper grafter now.
General tidy. General, business. Hopefully I'll become a sales assistant, and then I'll be working myself up from there. Really,
Okay.
get on the phones.
On the phone.
Get on the speaking stones, as they say.
The speaking stones, get on the glyphs and that. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. It's gonna be a nice little bit of bog change for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus the blowjobs.
Whoa.
I mean the bonuses. Bonus scheme.
Great.
Good bonus scheme.
With you.
Bonus?
Good bonus scheme. The good bonus scheme. The bonus scheme is something completely different.
It's a new
Once in the
initiative of
T's
mine.
and C's.
Jesus Christ.
But then he left me, the bitch.
Okay. Well, I found out I've got a daughter.
Oh?
Yeah, I know. She's.
You just found out?
Yeah, just found out. Yeah.
Damn, bro. You gonna catch him with the child support payments or not?
I gave her 10 gold. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Oh, mate, 10 gold for that slut. Alright, fair.
Aye.
Sorry, I didn't know where you stood with the mother. Right?
No.
That's an assumption. That was assumption.
Yeah. Less assumption, more gumption.
Okay. Gun my candy, yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
Let's just say Augustus hasn't complained yet.
Bubblegum.
Okay. You guys, as you're talking to yourselves and making quite a racket, few hours pass. No one's approached you yet.
Oh. Well, I'm getting really sick of you! That's what I say out loud.
Can I roll perception?
You may roll perception, yes. What are you trying to perceive?
If there's like any activity behind the gate, is it like a iron gate with bars, or is it like a wooden gate that you can't see?
It's it's like an iron gate, so it's got the standard sort of crisscross, but the gates are very heavy sets, quite very, very thick iron bars and multiple layers, etc. You can see through it, and the courtyard looks. Well, tell me what you got on your perception.
21, baby.
Okay, the courtyard looks about the same as it did yesterday. There's not as many soldiers around the courtyard because whatever the prince was doing yesterday, he's no longer out and about in the field. Doesn't appear that he's left the castle since the other day because the gates remain shut from what you can tell. Not much footfall through the gate, and it just looks like there's a couple of caretakers, keepers on the other side maintaining the garden, and that's about as much as you can see.
Okay. Well, okay. At this point, how far has Crezion gotten to Varlin?
Well, you set him off. I would say probably would have. He's just about to arrive there, I'd say.
Okay, cool. So, like, what? Another hour and a half, I can summon him back?
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
Okay. I'll just scream, "Oi! Is anybody there?"
Oh, that was real.
You wait a few
Can I
minutes.
walk up as well and bang on the door?
You can-
It's a
There's
giant
no door
iron
there, but you
gate.
can bang on
It's
the
a
gate.
Giant
Yeah.
I'll bang on the gate. I put my
Yeah.
cock. Big gate. Oh.
Okay. Right. So you
Who
do
wants a
that.
sock job?
Me.
Whoa, Augustus, how'd you get? He just fucking heard the words. I was like, put on a ring like woodpecker.
Christ alive. Okay. Yeah. You shout out through the gate, and then you see on the other side the guard that had left now comes back down after a few minutes. He says, "Oh, you're still here?"
Well, yeah, you said hang about, so we hung about.
Oh, I didn't think you actually would.
Yeah. Any So you're going to let us in to see the Crown Prince then?
Well, I thought I was being polite before, but I'll put this in a word that you could probably understand. No.
I didn't understand that.
That's it. I put my cup back in.
I think you should. I think you should really let us in, and I'm going to roll persuasion,
Okay, go ahead.
which is a 12. I'm imagining that's not going to do much. It's 12.
How much did you get? Sorry, 12. Okay, he says, "Oh, right. Well, if you think I really should, then obviously I'll open the gate for you right now." Is this your first time here?
LDB, fancy stepping
Yes.
in?
I'll step in.
Express the
Or-
urgency in which we need to speak to the Crown Prince.
Okay, well, 1 second. I should...
Not very.
God,
Hello.
God, I'm sweating right now. God. Wait a minute.
They're making me
Is it
do
me
something.
Is it me that happened here? Jeez, God, wait a second.
Is
Jeez,
that the
okay.
Grim Reaper?
Alright, I want to do this. Oh no, oh, listen here! And I rolled a 14.
As you raise your voice and shout to him, he looks a little bit startled, and he looks like he's waiting for you, or what you're gonna say next.
Let us in to see the Crown Prince, please.
At least you said please.
I'm a gentle giant. Get him with kindness.
Right. Well, I don't know what exactly you think you're doing, but there's a good 7 feet of iron between us, and he points around the wall. Basically, he's like, "We've got a lot of archers up there, so I suggest you quit your racket. Otherwise, I'll have you buggered off."
Okay, and then I look at him dead in the eyes and I start doing that Terry Crews pectoral movement.
Okay.
And I go, "You think arrows are getting through here, baby? I don't think so."
You
What?
said 7 feet of iron, correct?
Well, that was the
Will
one
they
that
be
the
8 feet
guard
tall?
said.
I
Yes.
thought we were going
Okay.
somewhere with my little pecs.
So I'll flicker to right next to the guard.
You cast magic in the presence of the guy. Okay.
I'll
He's,
just flicker next to him. Please, for the love of God,
I love
let us see Leopold Vespertine.
I love a better like, damn, it's crazy. Okay, so
You watch as he pushes you back. He says, "Stay back!" And he reaches for his sword. And upon him shouting, you hear a bunch of arrows being knocked on the walls behind you.
I'll flicker back to the other side of the gate.
As you do that, you watch as he raises a hand, and then the archers put their bows and stuff back down. And he says, "Look, I told you once, I told you twice. I'm not going to tell you a third time.
But
All right? You're not getting in here at all. Unless the prince comes down himself and says you can come in here, you're not getting in. Any more magic, and now I know your face, all right? I know
Oi,
each
Princey.
and every one of you.
Yeah,
Right.
you won't forget these nipples, will you, baby?
You're wearing chainmail armor now.
Nah, but I pulled it. I ripped it open. Okay, and let's bear in mind it can be put together quite easily, and almost magically it just goes back together. And I'm like, yeah, you won't forget this, will you, baby? And I rub them with 2 fingers each.
I'm pretty sure I have mending as a spell, so yeah.
Exactly. So we're fucking cooking, all right?
The guard,
Mend my
the guard-
brain.
While you guys are talking to him, he says, "Look, the last time you got in here was because them Carluccio fuckers had a favour that we owed them, and they let you in. All right? Without that, and without a royal invite from the prince, you're not getting back in here. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. But you're not coming back in here. All right? Now fuck off."
Your mother must be so proud. And I'll
Damn, this
head
guy's
over.
crazy.
I'll head over towards the
If the guard wasn't there, how easy would it be to get through the gate?
well, they've
Is
got
it
a bunch
actually
of archers
fully
on
locked?
the walls.
Yeah,
There's one thing that you've seen from
They're being-
time in the inner city is that it's very well patrolled, and there's no shot that the central palace of the town, home to the most affluent family in the region, is not going to have high defenses.
Is Demetriel the capital?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Demetriel? I thought you said Demetriel.
What is the capital?
The capital of Anoria, let me get the world map up. so I can remember the name because I
It's
don't know.
100%
get it up
going to
for
be
all of us?
Marquette, isn't it?
No, it's not going to be Marquette.
Is it Cabo Nakota?
No, it's not Cabo Nakota. It's Alvernia.
Okay.
Where's my map?
Okay.
My map! Oh, that's a map of.
I feel as though it would have. Obviously, I know Demetriel for the whole backstory. I feel like it would have been a lot more beneficial to just go straight to Alvernia. It also looks so much closer.
Where is Demetriel on the map? Am I blind?
So.
Oh,
I'm
top,
right.
top right-ish. I got it. I got
Right
it.
of Varlin.
Yeah. Varlin, small little, good little place there.
Yeah, it's only
Small
top
little
of
baby
top.
little place.
Okay.
Ooh, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Small little tiny little place.
I'll
Tiny little small place.
Okay, motherfucker. I'll
Pretty small. Pretty small.
Fuck off.
It's a tiny little town, I will say.
It's a small little town, but sometimes size doesn't matter. I've heard. So.
Yes.
Unless you're LDB. Oh my god! Clearly speaks up.
I'll make my way back towards the horse and cart, just like frustratingly muttering under my breath. Fucking stupid, fucking assholes. What the fucking lies? Fucking.
You're now starting to remember the very clear power divide between the rich and able and the general rabble.
We're all ready.
Okay.
But yeah, you make your way back to the cart. Where is it that you guys would like to go to now? Probably about midday, I would say now.
How long's Crezion got left? I just imagine there's a little Crezion timer in the top right of the screen.
I'll say if you want to just skip to when he can bamf back to you, then we can skip there. If you got nothing else you want to do.
Do you guys want to do anything? I feel for the last 8 sessions I've been leading things, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of input.
No, I think leading suits you.
Where are we going?
Well, we've got no
What are the options?
set destination in mind, mate. We can have a look about for whatever you want. Is there anything you want to find?
I don't think I've got any business. Probably.
Piggly?
No.
Okay. I've got an idea. Then, could we make our way to Kel the blacksmith?
Oh yeah, I'm fucking surprised you said that. Thought you
There's like, yep, that guy that I've definitely.
No, I did. I actually did write back because I thought you'd go there straight away. So I was like, let me get everything prepared. But you never did. Okay. Who did you say you wanted to go to? Sorry.
Kel the blacksmith.
Cal the blacksmith. Familiar?
Oh yeah, Kel. Yeah, Kel.
Cal the blacksmith.
You
Strange.
okay?
I'll say
You know from what Carrion told you that Kel is the owner and proprietor of Raksha's Goods in the Copper Ward in Demetriel, so you'd have to make your way up there. Which you could do. You could feasibly do. You have feet and horse, so you could do that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, let's head there.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way through. So at the moment, you're just in front of the Kinghood. So to get to the Copper Ward, you'd have to go through Iron Step, out the gate, and then into the Copper Ward area there in the northeastern sort of area. We'll say, for the sake of keeping things smooth.
I was really hoping you were going to say for the sake of expediency.
No, because I know you saw. I saw you wrote that down one time. I was like, yeah, I gotta stop saying that now.
Aww.
We will make our way through to the Copper Ward. This place is definitely a huge drop in sort of the quality of the buildings from the areas that you've been in the last night or so. But it's not quite as bad as Cutter's Gate. That area was a shithole. Copper Ward seems a little bit nicer. And there's the ringing of the blacksmith's forge that you can hear as you head towards. Basically, it's an area where the sea of the Copper Ward is. There's a building that's around there.
Okay.
And you approach. It's a little square building that's got it's got just like a roofed section on one side where you can see a blacksmith forge out in the open, and there you can see a tall, bald man wearing a blacksmith's apron, fanning the flames, pulling out hot iron, putting it back on the anvil, hammering away. He doesn't seem to acknowledge your approach, but you can just hear him getting to work. Tink, tink, tink.
Get a good chink and chat with his voice.
I'll jump down off the horse and cart.
Are we in the back? Me
Yeah.
and Pig, or are we on the wind from here?
Yeah, you're on the back.
Fucking hell, Poppy fucking right, mate. Fuck.
And I'll just say open this slat and I'll go, alright, come on, we're here. And then I'll
Wait.
yeah,
Just
I'll head
need to
down.
fucking burn me charges back up or something. Let's just say that Poppy Ride was useful for one thing and one thing only.
Using
Have to move
Piggly
my
as a
hands.
cock sleeve.
He was long rested, wasn't he?
Who told you?
Just
Long
to
now,
make sure.
bro. You've cured him of his dwarfism.
Let's just say we're gonna have to raise a dead on this one.
Hello, welcome to Fake Taxi in the Forgotten Realms.
It's a fake wagon.
Fake wagon! Jesus!
Anyway. Yeah, so I'll hop down.
Much.
I'll go over. I'll just.
Yeah. You as you sort of gesticulate that you've arrived. You see
hang
that
on. He said
Kel turns around. It looks like he's very short-sighted, so he's kind of squinting to see. He's like, "Yeah, what do you want?"
We're friends of your cousin, Carrion.
All right, how's he doing?
Yeah, he's not too bad. He's keeping out of trouble for the most part.
Good. How's the business?
Yeah, he was doing all right as far as we can tell. He had a bit of an issue with some bandits a while back, but we sorted him out.
Oh, appreciate that. Well, if you're a friend of Carrion's, then I'll be more than happy to do business for you. What do you need?
Well, we just thought we'd come and see what wares you've got, or if you've got any information that could persist us with the King Hood. I know blacksmiths. They have
back doors.
I know blacksmiths. They've got customers coming in and out. Maybe you've heard something that might be of use to us. We're obviously trying to assist Varlin at the moment.
If I've heard anything. Not really. I mean, this area don't tend to get much news. Mostly just goods, services that we deal in. I myself just make retrofitted armor. Not really as gifted as Carrion, but if you need something, polished or sharpened, that sort of thing, I could help you with that.
I mean, if you're not as gifted as Carrion, no.
What do you mean, you little bastard?
No. No, well, that's fine. I just thought we'd pop our head in, come introduce ourselves as friends, and I'm sure we'll be back at some point, no doubt. If you come across any light armor, if you know any way of getting some enchanted light armor for myself or for my good friend Piggly over here, and I'll point to Piggly.
Well, I mean, you can place an order. I can see if there's anything about next time you're in town in the Copper Ward. I'll be more than happy to sell you a piece of gear.
Well, how about instead of me placing an order per se, how about you work on something that you think would be beneficial? You're the professional here, obviously. I'm merely the customer. I know they say the customer's always right, but I am not a master of that trade, whereas I'm sure you yourself are, if your cousin's anything to go off.
Right, well, I could get cracking on something. If you want it enchanted, it is going to take a little bit longer. I'd have to order in goods and then actually, requisition the enchantment. What is it that you're looking for in terms of enchantments?
Something, light, helps me move. Anything that could be beneficial against enemies twice.
How do you like
times
to
my
fight?
For the most part, up close and personal.
Alright.
When I actually land fucking attacks.
Do you have any trouble taking hits?
Not so much taking them, more dishing out the blows can become a bit.
Right, so you want something that help you be a bit more accurate, is what you're saying.
Yeah, something along those lines would work well.
I'll see what I can do. I'll keep in mind, obviously, you're a friend of Carrion's, and I'll knock off a hefty discount. I won't know till it's done, so
Of course.
you're gonna have to give me at least like a few days, maybe a week, to get everything put together.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got some business back in Varlin anyway, so I'm sure by the time we get back.
Right, fair enough. Well, give Carrion all my best, and I'll see you guys in a week's time then.
It's much appreciated. LDB, do you
Want to chat to the guy?
Yeah, he's a blacksmith.
You're
I'm sure.
damn right I do.
Cool.
I think. Hey man, it's good.
Crikey, you're a big fella.
Yeah, you right? Yeah, you
That's
know,
what
yeah.
he said. What are you after?
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
I'm big, alright?
Right.
Never would have guessed.
As you can see, I've got a pretty nifty axe here.
Ah, yeah. It looks
But as
great,
you could
actually.
probably also see, I've only got one pretty nifty axe.
Ah, you're after something a little bit more cutting edge.
See the dilemma I'm presented with here.
Yeah, I do see the dilemma you're presented with. I'll tell you what. Hang about for a second. He goes off and he rummages through the little outhouse or store cupboard, basically, that's around there. And he comes back to you and he presents you with an axe. And he says, why don't you try this for a sec? And he throws it to you, the axe.
Cool.
You grab it.
Yeah.
It's very, very light. All the axes that you've had now have had some weight to them, but this one seems very light. The handle is a little bit curved, sort of backwards, so it adds a bit more torque when you swing. And the blade itself, or the axe blade itself, is quite thin, and it looks like it's got some patterns engraved on it, kind of like Norse patterns on it. And yeah, as you're sort of moving this thing around and looking at it, you sort of throw it from one hand to the other, and it almost feels like you got nothing in your hand at all. And he says, what do you think of that?
I think I like this.
Take a look at the handle.
Yep.
And you have a look there, and where your hand fits, it looks like there is a almost like a fingerprint button on there. And he says, when you're fighting, I've been told this anyway, if you press that button after you've above the table attuned to it, back in the table, when you throw that, press the button, goes right back to your hand.
Oh, does it now? Wow, that is enticing.
Yeah, I thought
Sir, you've interested me. You've interested me, sir.
I'll sell that to you for about 200 gold if you want it.
What a fucking bargain.
I could 175 seems reasonable for this axe.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, damn it! Okay.
You knew that was going to happen. I
was just hoping if I didn't do too much, you'd be like, all right then. 10.
You've got a
10.
+1.
That's bang in the middle. That's easy.
You've got a +1 in persuasion.
He says, I don't know about that, mate. 195.
Go on then, we'll do 195. Now
He
you're
spits on his hand and holds it out.
All that for 5 gold.
Are you telling me on his hand?
Yeah.
A shake on the baby cakes.
Yes. Do me a favor, Dan. Check in your inventory.
195 removed. Cool. I've got a refresh, I take it, yeah?
Yes.
And then my inv. Hand axe +1, is that the one?
That's the one, yeah. I'm going to add the thingy onto it in a sec.
Yeah.
The actual ability to recall it.
I can finally throw something and not have to worry about it just going.
Could have always
Not that I've thrown anything yet. What I mean is, fine, I can start throwing things.
Kel, have you got any noteworthy daggers at all?
Daggers? Perhaps I might have something in the back, yeah. Give me a second then, lads. He goes away. He's in there for a little bit of time while I type in the adjustments to Dan's thingy. Right, so Cal comes back to you, and he's holding in his hand a sheathed dagger. The sheath itself is a very dark purple. It almost looks velvety on the outside with crisscross patterns on it. There's no guard on this blade. Most daggers have got like a little bit of a guard. This one doesn't. It's just straight blade to handle. Yeah. And he puts the dagger in your hand. What do you think of that?
Are you gonna describe it? How does it feel?
It feels like an axe that will return when you throw it. No, basically when you grab the dagger, it's you pull it out of the sheath, and the blade looks a lot sleeker, a lot slimmer than a lot of the other daggers that you've seen before. And you notice a strange sort of central contraption in it, where your blade basically has like a hollow inside with it looks almost like interwoven glass in the center, and then naturally you're inspecting it and you're like, this looks a bit odd, and then you flip it over and you look at the other end, and it looks like something can be screwed into where the pommel should be, and then you quickly put one and one together and you realize that this dagger, you can screw a special vial at the bottom, and the dagger would take on the property of that vial. So if you attach poison on there, for example, every attack you do has a chance to poison the enemy.
Okay. Is this something I'm
There's
going
two
to have to
remember,
attune to, or is this just going to be another dagger?
No, it's not a magical effect. It's just
cool.
a natural property.
Yeah, it feels good.
That one there is quite expensive, actually. We'll say. The thing is, I feel bad asking you guys to pay this much for your friends are carrying, and I appreciate you. He's not a very social kid, so I appreciate you making friends with him and all that. Let's square it off and call it 250 gold. Spits on his hand and holds it out.
You said 200, right? And I'll roll persuasion. That's an 8.
He says,
"Hey, baby.
Sorry, fella, I think you mean 250.
Okay, 250, and I'll spit on my hand.
Hot to it! Do the noise. Yeah, baby. Black hot to it down, baby.
And he gives you 2 glass vials. He says, here, whatever you want to fill it up with, just make sure you screw it on with these, because they're specially made, and if they shatter, you'll have to come back here and buy some more.
Okay, much appreciated. And I'll shot them in my bag.
Nice. I'll add the things onto your character sheet in a second. Right. What's the plan, boys?
Does Piggly want to go in here?
Do you want to see if
There's
the
fuck all I can get in a fucking blacksmith.
You never know.
There's fuck all I can get from anyone.
You never
Is
know.
Piggly gay? I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I'll say.
Piggly goes to the local graveyard and cries.
I
will raise a dead one day.
No, I'll
Marathon, daddy.
I'll head back to the horse and cart, and I'll jump on the front, and I'll wait for them to do whatever they're doing, and I will.
I'm gonna just jump in the back, you know me.
Assume...
And then you hear weird noises.
I will assume that at this point, I can now summon Crezion back. He'll have delivered the note to Liliana.
You can summon him back.
Okay.
And you get the sense he's a little bit out of range for you to be able to will him back, but he's completed his mission, and he's no longer in the material plane, so you can just summon him back to you.
I'll summon him back as a spider.
You summon him back as a spider. He appears.
Oh yeah, he was a bird, wasn't he?
And he says, "Oh,
Oh, dear.
it's bad."
What did you see while you were there? Did you give the note to Liliana?
There was no one there to give the note to.
What do you mean?
It's. I got there. I got to the outside walls, and town's burning.
Oh, that's not good.
Maybe we should get back there.
I think we should. Yeah.
Nah, forget it. It's already gone.
No,
Nah,
no,
fuck
no,
it.
no, no, no. Fuck that. We're going back.
Next.
There were, also there was something drilling out of the ground.
Oh,
on
I'll
one
show you,
side of the
Jordan.
city.
Right. Sorry, what did you say there, Bez?
There was something drilling out of the ground on one side of the city. It was red and black. It was drilling out of the ground. What's that place called? Garden, nice garden. What's that place called?
The Zen Garden.
Yeah. It's gone.
It's got. Sorry, what? What do you mean it's
Yeah.
gone?
It's gone.
It's been whatever was drilling out of the ground came right from below it. It's gone.
So, did you find any of the Hunters Guild? Did you find Gideon?
I couldn't see. It's a lot of red ghouls,
Okay.
redskins.
Nah, forget Varlin,
Um,
bro. I'm sick of it anyways.
Not many hunters.
I'll Piggly, are you in the back of the cart now as well?
Sure.
Yeah, if you want me to be, sure.
Cutting words.
Oh, God.
This guy RP's to fucking shit, right? He's so good at it. He's so good.
Cool. Well, then in that case, I'll fucking.
Sex with Braden would be easy, wouldn't it? Would you want me? Where and how do you want me, and for how long? And how much time would it be? Okay.
I'll lie here. I'll do
There's
whatever
nothing
you
I
say.
won't do.
I'll just chill.
Just tell me what to do, please. Please tell me, please.
Okay.
No, that's just me, sorry. Huh?
Fucking hell. Okay, so I'll quickly speed off on the horses and head to Cutter's
Yeah.
Gate.
Yeah.
No!
Thank you, Dan.
That's the
you
horse
make your way
in
to,
horse talk saying I enjoy that, do it again. Okay.
hit me harder. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys race down the through the royal districts straight down into the other side of Cutter's Gate. You both continue sort of riding down. You've run the horses ragged, but you end up to the outskirts of town, even beyond the slums and everything. And there you see the standing army, about 1,000 strong, with a few additional carts of supplies there as well. Yeah, it looks like they're ready and waiting.
Do I see Antonio?
You see Antonio and another tall, heavily armored
How tall?
knight. About 6'2".
Oh, that's that's all.
Dan, you're like 5'9", shut up.
LDB is 8 foot.
LDB
something,
is compensating. LDB is compensating.
Also, LDB's headline's insane. Okay.
You guys approach, and it looks like they set up a little bit of a temporary sort of war camp, if you like. And as you come into it, it looks like the camp's split up into two sections. There's the royal area and the area with the mercenaries from the Carluccios, but there is a sort of tent in the center, and you gather that's where Antonio and whoever the commanding officer is. And as you approach, as you enter, you look like you're in the middle of. Well, you look like you walk into the middle of a discussion, and you see the knight at the top on one end studying a map of what you gather is Varlin. It looks like he's concentrating, and he says he's talking to Antonio here, and he says, "Look, we need to get closer to the center of the city, Carluccio. Bolstering its defenses from within is our best chance. The guild hall can serve as a stronghold. We'll rally the remaining forces, and we can organize a coordinated defense from there. We don't really have a lot of time to talk about this." And then Antonio is sat in the back of the chair and goes, listen, you're dreaming, pal. Varlin's already probably fallen, okay? By the time we get there, it'll be like walking into a slaughterhouse. We don't even know what we're up against yet. We need to be realistic. Recapturing the city from the outside is our only option. We focus on clearing the outskirts first, any stragglers, and then we advance inward. And then the knight on the other end starts shaking his head and he's frustrated. He says, look, if we take too long securing the outskirts, there's not going to be anyone left to save, okay? There's people there that need us, and we can't abandon them to whatever fate they may have in store. We can still make a difference if we act quickly and decisively. And then Antonio leans forward and he says, look, and if we rush in blindly, we risk losing everything. Think for a second, okay? A controlled advance is like my pa said, okay? A controlled advance minimizes casualties and ensures we have the upper hand. We can fight on our terms. Charging into the center could be walking right into a trap. I've already told you this, all right? Think about it. Think about the bigger picture. And then the knight says, look, the bigger picture is protecting the people of Varlin. We've sworn an oath to defend them. If there's even a chance we can turn the tide from within, we have to take it. I won't let fear dictate our actions. And then at this point, Carluccio lights up a cigarette and he leans back in his chair and says, all right, Thorn, we'll do it your way. But if things go south, you remember our little talk here, okay? We'll be ready next time, and we can adapt our strategy on the fly. Just know, if I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it. And me and my men are going where I say. And then the commanding officer says, fair enough. He turns to look at you and he says, could I help you, civilian?
Civilian, I'm the entire fucking reason you're here.
Is that right? So I take it you are Fiscal?
Yeah.
I am Captain Alaric Thorne, and this is Antonio Carluccio.
Yeah, I know Antonio. We go way back.
Figures. Well, I suppose you've got a better insight than any of us. What should our approach be?
I'll walk in the tent triumphantly and go, oi, oi, shaggers!
Okay, great.
I hear we're going to go save a doomed town.
That's
the
the
crake?
plan.
So, let me just get this straight. Antonio, you want to, surround the town and head in through all the different gates? Or do you want to kind of funnel our way in?
Well, look, I'm just saying, we don't know what the situation is. If we go there and just head straight for the center, we got no idea what's going on. This asshole wants to rush in, okay? I'm saying we just take our time. We go around the outside, clear off as many of whatever it is that's over there, sieging the town, and then we make our way in after we know what's going on. If we just rush in, there's not going to be much, not much we can anticipate there. We'd be relying on our numbers. Sure, there's civilians or whatever, but I don't want a lot of my guys to die either.
How long would it take to go round the outside to enter through the Zen Gate?
Well, coming in from the trade gate, we're probably looking at about a good hour, maybe. But on a forced march, we could do it in half the time, but our soldiers would be pretty tired.
From the trade gate?
Yeah.
What about the Zen Gate? How long would it take to get round?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You said the Zen Gate.
About
from the trade gate to the Zen Gate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we're arriving from there. Take us about an hour, or we could do a forced march, but then our soldiers would be tired. It might not be as effective.
Okay. Alaric, I feel as though it would be beneficial to go with Antonio's plan.
You can see he sort of stiffens up a second and rolls his shoulders, and he says, okay, you guys have got the majority of the army here, but I've got no qualms at all with splitting off if there's a chance to save lives as soon as we get there.
Antonio, how would you feel about sending, say, 200 of your men with Alaric to go in through the trade gate as we go round the outside to enter through the Zen Gate?
You see Antonio takes a second, he takes a drag, and he looks at the map and he says, I could do that.
Any objections, guys? And I turn to LDB and Pigley. And
No, I
of course
suppose
they're
not.
going to say no because fucking I have my own thoughts.
I suppose if Pigley's on board, I guess I am as well.
I hate
No, no
this.
objections. That sounds like a stellar plan, bro. Where am I? Tom's it.
Great. Okay. Well, we need to make haste as soon as possible because, from what I've heard, Varlin is already under siege.
From what you've heard,
I said what I said, motherfucker.
where did you find out this
This guy's
information?
gatekeeping.
I sent my familiar to deliver a message. I hold my hand out and I tell Crezion to just kind of start jumping up and down, and I go, "This guy turns into an owl."
Telling me this whole time you've been some kind of magic spell man?
No, not really. I've got a ring that allows me to do this.
Well, la dee da. Okay. Alaric says, "That's by the by. Are we heading out now?"
Yes.
So be it. And he walks out to the gate and he walks off to his regiment and you can see him giving orders. And then Carluccio walks up to you and he taps you on the shoulder or puts his hand on your shoulder as he's walking out and says, "It's gonna be a long few days, pal."
Yeah, you're telling me.
And then he walks off as well.
Days.
Area.
And yeah, I'll make my way to the horse and cart. Wait for.
We gonna
Pigley and
lead the
LDB.
troops. Or what's our plan? Where we going?
Yeah, you guys can lead the troops. Obviously, I mean, everyone knows the way there because they got a map of the area and all that. But you guys have been there most recently, so we'll say after a few, maybe like hour or two, everything's ready, everything's packed up, all the soldiers are ready to march, and you guys start making your way to set off there. Now, it depends if there's anything you guys want to do in the meantime, or we can skip to when you get close to Varlin.
Skippity.
So, say that again.
So it's taken everyone about an hour or two to get ready in terms of the army packing up and getting into formation and starting the march. And it's going to be about a day and a bit. Obviously now is a matter of urgency. So you guys are on a forced march to get to Varlin, which is going to take you not a lot of time. Well, comparative. It took you about almost 2 days. It was 2 long rests to get here, but this way is with everyone going as fast as they can. Basically, it's not going to take as long. So we'd be looking at about a day.
I'm happy to time skip, and in place of a time skip, we have a little 5-minute recess.
Can I tune while we're traveling to my thing when you ask?
Yes, you can if you wish. Yes, okay. So you guys are now cresting over the hill into Varlin. And what you see in front of you is Varlin, the town as you remember it, which was once vibrant, now lies shrouded in a haze of smoke and flickering embers. The walls, which once were a testament to the town's resilience, are crumbling in several places, offering a glimpse of the chaos within. Flames are dancing on the remnants of buildings, casting an eerie glow over the desolate landscape. On the outskirts, you can see hordes of the red-skinned ghouls roaming around aimlessly, their guttural moans and the sound of scraping claws filling the air. Their eyes, glowing a sinister red, fixate on any movement, and their presence a dark omen of the town's grim fate. The Guildhall, from what you can see at this far distance, the symbol of Varlin's strength and unity, is now nothing more than a pile of smouldering rubble. The once proud structure lies in ruins, with its stones blackened and broken and debris scattered in every direction. You're starting to feel a very palpable sense of loss at this site, as if the very soul of Varlin has been shattered. In the heart of town, where the Zen Garden once stood, well, not in the heart of town, I shouldn't have written that. Where the Zen Garden once stood, a black, crooked tower now protrudes ominously from the ground. The tower looks to be made of an obsidian-like stone, and it twists and contorts as it reaches towards the sky. Cracks run along its surface, pulsating with an unsettling red energy. The tower's sinister presence casts a long shadow over the desolate landscape, a malevolent monument and a testament to the destruction that's befallen Varlin. As you take in the scene, a sense of dread settles over you. The air is thick with the stench of smoke and decay. The silence is punctuated only by footsteps around you and the distant wails of the ghouls. The destruction is total, the devastation complete, and the weight of what has been lost presses heavily on your shoulders.
Guys, I think we fucked up.
How fucked
Nah.
up is this up?
But it's just fun.
Okay. Cool. So are we arriving like towards the Forge Half District now?
I would say, can someone just post the map so I don't have to keep going between the pages,
Yes,
please?
mate, I'll post it in there.
While we're on our way there, I'm going to quickly pray to Varathan.
Pray to Varatan.
Can I attune my thing?
You've already attuned.
Yeah, you would have already.
It's
You
been
don't
a
need
day.
to on thingy right now, but we'll say you have a tune for now.
Okay, okay.
Right, where did
How
you
do I
say you went?
equip
To the
it?
Forge Half District.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we came from the east, didn't we? So
Yeah, that's right. So as you guys make your way through, approach into the Forge Half District, we're going to do a couple of different things. Firstly, you can see that the entrance to the town has been overrun, destroyed. There's currently a huge presence of red ghouls there. And over the town's walls, what's left standing anyway, there's bodies flung over, tied by rope and mangled and ripped apart in places. You can't really make out a lot of the faces that are on there, but you gather these are left as a message to anyone who is approaching. What we're going to do now is something of a skill challenge. Basically, what we're going to do is, rather than having to do combat turn with 900 odd people in there, we're instead going to do a set of challenges where you guys will aid the army and we'll take your collective roles. You guys sort of have to explain what you're going to do, and then the sort of corresponding role will describe how well you do that, and that will then inform how well the battle goes as you cut through the center towards the Zen Gate.
well, I thought we were gonna go. So we were gonna send 100, the 100 of the knights from Demetrio and 200 goons in through the Forge Half District, and then the rest of us.
Oh,
were
you
gonna
were to go around
to the Zen Gate. So yeah. So
Okay.
It'd be
Yeah, we can do that.
It'd be 300 through. No, if we, to be fair, if we send 300 goons and 100 soldiers through the Forge Shaft, and then if we take 600 goons in
Around to the
Antonio, around to
Okay.
the Zen Gate.
Is anyone going to stay with the
goons?
soldiers?
I'll stay with the Zen Gate soldiers. Since there's lower amounts, the
Where
raised
should
dead would probably
I
come in
go?
handy, so
You mean the Forge Half soldiers? Then you're going to go in through the trade gate.
whichever one has less people, I'll stay with.
Okay.
Where's Fiscal go?
Raised dead will be-
I'll go in through the Zen Gate. Do you want to go with Pigley?
I would like to go in with a larger force.
You want to go with the larger force? Okay.
Is that the Zen Gate?
Well, I was
Yeah.
going to go with the Zen Gate, obviously, because I've got rapport with Antonio.
Where's the main army staying?
So we're sending
The
in the
bulwark,
smaller side
yeah.
with the Forge Half into the Forge
Yeah.
Half district.
They're smaller, but they're high, like better equipped and
Yeah.
better trained with the 100. Yeah.
And then the rest of us, like the goons, we're gonna
Okay,
go.
I'll
through-
go to Forge Shaft then. Yeah.
Okay, so you and
Oh.
Pigley go through Forge Shaft. I'll go with Antonio and the Zen Gate. So you're with Aloric Thorn, the general.
Yes. Okay.
God, I have to deal with it.
So-
He's not a dick. He listens.
He does listen. Yeah.
Is it
For the greater good.
For
the greater good.
Oh, you're gonna remember that. So, as your party will do this in two separate, you'll be doing the same challenges on two separate fronts. So challenge number 1 is the initial charge. As you guys stand on the outskirts of Varlin, where the hordes of the red-skinned ghouls are roaming around the crumbling walls and burning buildings, you need to try and secure a foothold against the army of undead that is laid before you. So, the DC for this is going to be 15 for this initial charge.
Yep.
Okay. Now we need to have 2 successes. Oh no, we need to have 3 successes before 2 failures. Okay, so you can succeed once, fail once, succeed once. You get 5 tries, and you need to have 3 of them be successes to overall successfully
And we're
do
both
that.
we're both rolling.
Well, yeah. How are you going to be assisting the initial charge?
Me personally,
Battle
Yes,
tactics,
you
bro.
first.
Battle tactics.
I'm leading the charge.
So you want to go in like a strength-based check then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be going both actors and both hands going.
Okay.
I want to be getting as many. I'm like the tank in World of Warcraft, bro. Like I'm taunting everyone and everything to hit me.
Okay. Okay.
I
Nice.
might even be Beyblading with the axes now.
That's nice. I wouldn't expect any less. Okay, Piggly, what are you doing?
I'll stay in the back, casting magic missile, everything, and if any people go down, I can use Raise Dead to bring them back.
So you'll be
That's my
doing
own little minion.
intelligence-based. Okay. So Dan, go ahead. Give me. We'll say, give me an athletics check because that's strength-based. Piggly, you give me a. I'll say because you're looking out to snipe enemies and stuff like that. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
I'm literally bounding. I'm bounding through this field. I'm galloping. I'm yeeting myself right into the thick of the battle here because I want it.
Okay, excellent. And what did you roll for that?
For that, as you can tell, I rolled a beautiful 21.
Okay. So that's fine, yeah. So you charge through. Let's have this picture.
Bosh, 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 bosh. Like I'm literally, mate. You know that classic scene where you see like a guy with 2 axes just jumping in the air and it freeze frames. That's me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Got lust. I'm horny for blood. Okay.
No, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. You're charging through, roaring into the fray, weapons flashing. It looks as though you're cutting a decent chunk through, and some of the soldiers are sort of following your lead, going behind you, and just tearing through the absolute horde in front of you. You show no fear, and neither do the soldiers around you. Piggly?
Roll a 9.
Oh. So, despite your best efforts, you're sort of overwhelmed by the ghouls around you, and some soldiers have to split off to protect you and pull you out of there. So we've got 1 success, 1 failure. What's your name? Fiscal.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What are you doing?
So I'm at the Zen Gate with Antonio and the goons. Is it kind of the same situation as like hordes of undead?
Yes. It's a good thing that you've sent the vanguard ahead and you've had more people with you here, because it seems like the concentrated forces around this tower.
Okay. I'm gonna try and gleam if there is any way I can get in there quite stealthily.
In the middle of a battle, I'd say, give me a perception check.
Could you say maybe we're distracting the main force because we're going mental on them?
You're on the other side of town, though.
Yeah, separate.
But would that like raise the alarm and they go, oh, let's send more people down there, or no?
They're
Not
undead
quite. This
soldiers,
isn't
so-
like it's not a conventional army, so it's not like they're thinking of fighting on 2 fronts. It's like a hive mind kind of thing, and they're just. It looks as though, from what Fiscal can see on his side, the main force is here, and the ones that you guys are fighting against are like the remnants that got left behind while they were moving through the city.
I got 15 on perception.
15 on perception. Okay. You could potentially slip through. If you do that, then it would count as a fail in terms of the initial charge for this section.
Right. Okay. I won't do
because
that
you'd
then.
effectively be leaving them to their devices.
I'll do very much. I'll go in and I'll stick with kind of like the bulk then, and I'll just try and get through as many of the undead bastards as I can.
Bastards!
What's your highest roll in terms of your skill checks?
Is that like acrobatics, animal handling?
Yeah, those ones.
So my highest is deception, which is a +9, or I get an advantage with a +8 on stealth.
Okay, I'll say do a stealth check. And yeah, do a stealth check first, and we'll basically have this as you like
21.
weave in between them and stabbing them. 21, yeah, that's a success. Okay, that's fine. So I'll say, yeah, as you guys as you're sort of eyeing up the area, you can tell there's definitely a lot of room here to dart in and out of areas and behind people, and you start slicing through, taking off heads, and you watch as Antonio is a force of nature in there himself, because he rolled really well. So he's charging through, and he's blasting crowds of these zombies away with just single strikes, which is quite interesting to watch because you didn't think he'd have that kind of strength, but as he's running around, it's clear that he's got quite a lot of power behind him. But nevertheless, that means that you guys have succeeded the initial charge here. So as you guys have made your way through, now you've on both sides you've secured a foothold going into the city now. And yeah, now that you've broken through that initial wave, we have to try and take command of the battlefield. This is now going to be directing troops to prevent them from being overwhelmed, and strategic thinking, that kind of thing, quick decisions. So this next one is going to be a slightly higher DC now, a DC of 16, and we need a similar thing again. So you guys just need to basically come up with a way that you're going to be aiding the charging army, and then going from there, seeing what you roll.
Can I assume we've got through the gates then? Is that right?
You've got an inside, yeah.
We're inside the city, yeah. Okay. I think LDB in my smart thinking, I'm like, right, let's rush to the middle. Let's get to that guild hall. See if there's anyone held up in there or anything.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take a force with me and do that.
All right. So go ahead. What's your best roll stat here?
My best roll for that?
Yeah.
Well, my athletics was +6, so.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me athletics then.
I'm running through the streets. I've got all my loyal boys behind me that saw me and were like, "Fuck me, he's impressive."
Yeah, you're easy to see on the battlefield. So as the people that are following you watch you now bounding through these hordes of zombies.
Baby is a good roll. Bash.
Yeah, they're following.
Oh, it was good. 22.
22. Yeah, that's a success. You're in a strange way. You are coordinating the forces because the people that are following you are starting to pull some of the horde away from the main thing, so it's thinning everything out. Pigley, what's your check?
To get in overrun, I think I'll stick for a more support approach. So using again animate dead for any troops that drop, and using say Death's Gaze and Hideous Laughter for anyone else who's getting overrun to sort of help lessen the approach.
Okay, no problem. What's your highest roll then? Is it Arcana, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's either Arcana, History, or Investigation. They're all +7.
Okay, give me an Arcana one then, because that would make sense for this. You have to beat a DC of 16.
18.
Oh, fucking hell, just about, yeah. Okay, so, for the first time in a long time, you feel the familiar threads as you start to pull at the fallen soldiers, and having them flail and run into the horde, effectively bolstering your forces with the undead forces, and you become a whirling dervish of magic and fear as these zombies that shouldn't really be fearing anyone seem to be cowering, and that gives the soldiers the opportunity to charge in where they're weakest and starts to scatter the foes, the enemies around. So that's 2 successes there. We only need 1 more now. So Fiscal for the second charge. What are you doing?
So we're through the gate. I feel as though Antonio and I are quite like not ahead, but like in the front lines of the goons. In essence, and we just kind of try and bolster our way towards the Zen Garden. Just doing more of the same, cutting through as many of them as we can.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead. Give me. I'm guessing. Yeah, if it's the same thing again, give me another stealth check.
Cool. Well, that's a 24. I don't even need to use the advantage. Yeah, 24.
Crazy. Yeah. So that's the third success there for the second charge. Yeah, the same thing again. You're now finding your rhythm in the battle. These guys aren't, aside from their numbers, they're not too deadly to fight against, but nonetheless, you and Antonio are scattering these bodies around, leaving death and destruction, and obviously a clear path then for the other mercenaries to charge in behind you. Okay, now that you guys have sort of taken a center stage in this town and you've cleared the outskirts mostly as you're driving in towards the center or towards the Zen Garden, we're now going to do the final challenge, DC of 17 here. What we need to do now, the battle's been raging for a while and it's been quite intense, and the troops' morale and their energy levels are starting to drop now. So we need them to be inspired to ignite a final charge to dash this horde once and for all and secure the town of Varlin again. So we'll start again with LDB. I forgot the name. I can't even think of your real name, Dan. I just completely forgot everything.
Dan Varys, join the fight.
Okay. So I've made myself to the guild hall. You know, there's a handful of us left. Right.
Yep.
Their brothers in arms have been falling. I'm covered in blood. They're covered in blood.
I thought they'd been doing all right.
Thematically.
Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna say there's a handful of us left. It makes
a handful that followed you anyway.
All right. And they were stupid to do that. And I'm just gonna shout. It's gonna be cheesy, so brace yourselves. I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna scream, "Let their deaths not be in vain," and then start slaughtering again.
Nice. Go on. Give me. Let's say for these ones, because it's going to be, words of encouragement and rallying cry. Give me a persuasion check because you actually shouted it out. Give it me with advantage.
Okay. Don't think this persuasion is going to be very persuasive, but would you? So that advantage is roll 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So an 11. An 11, actually.
An 11 and an 11. Okay.
Yeah, but that if we add them together, we get 22.
Yeah. Unfortunately, despite your best efforts,
God damn it!
It
I haven't
doesn't
tried.
seem like the spirits have been raised. So the people immediately around you, they're still fighting, but they don't have as much fire and as much force as you do, and it seems like they're being pushed back a little bit by the zombies and the red ghouls around you. So that's failure number 1 for this final try. Pigley, it's you, bro. What do you do to rally the troops?
I think I'll whatever undead I've managed to raise, I'm gonna pull all them together and push ahead of everyone else with their fatigue setting in, to sort of lighten the load on them, and to see someone sort of pushing ahead of them and still going on with all the fight.
Okay, go ahead. I'll say for that, because you're still puppeteering the undead. Give me an Arcana.
Okay. You what?
16.
A 16.
Yeah.
That's 2 failures on your side of the battlefield, guys. So that means that's your turn done. You guys can't quite secure the final rallying charge, and a lot of soldiers get cut down and are lost while you guys are trying to secure the area from the trade gate through to the guild hall. It's mostly cleared, and there is still some fighting, but there's a lot of dead troops as well on the ground. paid the ultimate price for this retrieval or security of the city, of the town. Sorry.
I thought they were supposed to be well trained, the pussies.
Yeah, well, they were, but then you started moving their friends around undead, and they got really scared by that. Anyway,
Whoa, what the fuck?
Fiscal, go on.
Okay, so I'm like weaving through like the undead. I'm like killing them, and then I'm flickering to the next one, and then I'm killing it, and then I'm flickering the next one. And I see the guys around us. They're getting a bit like tired, getting a bit fed up with it all. I'm gonna flicker onto like the nearest like rooftop or like overhang on a building or something, and I'm just gonna shout at them. I'm gonna go, "Come on, men! We're nearly there! Push harder!" And then I'm gonna flicker down, and then I'm gonna carry on just going through them and fucking getting my way through these red ghouls.
Getting your kill streaks, yeah. Okay, cool. Right, go ahead. Give me the persuasion with advantage.
Good roll.
So that's a 17. See if I can do any better. No, that's a 17. Meteor beat it, baby. Meteor to beat it.
Meteor beats it, yeah. So yeah, your voice rings out across the battlefield, which is a clarion call to arms. The soldiers respond with a thunderous roar. The spirits appear to be lifted by your resolve. Together, you guys on your side of the Zen Garden surge forward, cutting through the undead like a light through the darkness. I don't know why I wrote it like that. It seems a bit stupid. Anyway, like a light through the darkness, and the tide of battle starts to turn. Victory is within your grasp. Yeah, so you're shouting encouragements and commands, and the troops, they're weary, and it's very evident. But the final charge is enough to scatter the remaining zombie horde. It depends on what you guys want to do here. If you want to stay where you are, or if you want to meet up in the middle, you can call. You can call on shoot like a flare, basically.
Should we meet the armies? I think we should meet the armies.
Well, do you want to come meet us at the Zen Garden?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. I'll say yeah. You guys meet up in the
third moon.
You give the signal. Carluccio, he tells one of his men, and then several flares basically fly up into the sky, and then the other side of the army then pushes their way through past the guild hall.
Done.
While you guys are making your way there, and while you're waiting, you can see that the people of Varlin that were here have been mostly, it appears, slaughtered. Bodies have been like tossed aside, ripped open, devoured. Some have been placed on very peculiar, basically almost crucified with their dead bodies on a circular kind of cross.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Dan, in fact, or LDV, in fact, you remember the one girl who you met in the Velveteen Mermaid, the bread maker. You recognize her, and she's.
Bruv, there's actually no way, because I was thinking, I wonder if she's alive.
She's very much not alive.
Oh, mate, I was literally gonna shout loud, "How's the bread maker?"
Her body has been sliced. She's been torn into. Her face, as beautiful as it was, is now dark, dull grey, and her eyes.
Crazy that my dick didn't do that to her. But oh
well. Okay, crazy that was your first thought, but respectable. Okay.
Surprising, actually, is the word.
Very surprising. But you guys meet up in the center, in near the Zen Garden. You can see that Alaric has taken quite a beating, and Antonio, he's sweating and he's covered in blood, but he doesn't appear to be hurt at all.
That's my boy right there.
But he is very, very tight. He's heaving at the moment, and he starts wiping his brow.
You did.
Yeah, you guys currently are stood before the Zen Garden, which, now that you can see, has been absolutely desolated. It looks or decimated, should I say? Yeah, it looks as though basically there's this tower that's rising out of the ground, and it looks like it's erupted from underneath the very earth. and it's a black tower that stands quite tall, and it's got really crude steps going around it all the way to the apex at the top, where you can see flashes of red light. It looks like something's still going on there. The obsidian and sort of glass or black stone facade seems to have an unnatural glow, and it's absorbing the light. But I'm going to change this song for now.
Can I turn Crezion into an owl?
Crezion into an owl. Okay.
Yeah, because he's got a +3 on stealth.
Okay.
And I want him to just kind of fly up the tower, see what he can see, come back, report to me, and then I want him to go fly around to look for survivors.
Okay. I predict you guys like nothing else. Okay. So you send Crezion up, and he has a fly around, and he comes back, and you can see from his mind, because you can flicker into his vision, at the top of the tower you see this. It looks as though it's a tall obsidian tower. There's arcane energy being siphoned, it looks like, from the ground straight up to the top, where there is an overflow or a flux of this red arcane energy. It looks like it's building up to a point, and then every now and then, when it's built up to a certain point, it blasts part of the energy up into the sky, almost like it's undoing some kind of stitching or tearing a veil in the sky, and it looks like that's continuing to pulse. It can't make out any. In fact, give me a perception check for Crezion.
It's a 16.
A 16. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that fucking doing?
Yeah, as you sort of looking through, and he's looking around, he can't quite make out what's. There are figures there. He can't make out who the figures are or anything like that, but he can definitely see that there is a small figure, and then a crowd of figures around what looks to be a pulsating sigil on the ground, and a very, very bright floating ball of light in the center.
Okay.
That seems to be the thing that's shooting the energy up.
Okay.
Bash.
So after he's reported that, I'll tell him, go check the green docks, check the warehouse, and how does this work? Can I like imprint an image that I know into him? Can we say that that's how that works?
What are you trying to do?
I want him to just go around looking for survivors. I want to see if Kerrian's alive. See if anyone's gone there. Because obviously we spoke to Elena about there, so I'm hoping maybe she made it there. That kind of thing. I just want him to, because owls are quite fast as well, so I want him to just quickly do like check out everything and then come back.
I'll say, I'm glad you said that actually. The area of the green docks where you guys found that temple, it looks like it's been blasted open from the ground up. What you're seeing anyway from Thingy Crezion's eyes. Yeah, it looks like it's been blasted, almost like it was torn open from an explosion or something on the inside. The green docks area has been slightly flooded because the explosions displaced some of the water and is slowly filling up. And it doesn't look like there's any people or anything around the area. I'd say if you wanted to look for someone specific, you would probably have to do a bit of a search and rescue, spend a bit of time looking around.
Well, like I say, I'll just, while we're doing what we're doing, Crezion can look around, see if there's any survivors hidden anywhere or anything.
Okay. I'll say, as you spend time talking or whatever,
but we'll just carry on doing what we're doing.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so, right, what is it that you guys are doing?
Probably going to go to that tower, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'm already at the base of the tower.
So am I.
So should we go up it?
Yeah, let's go. Do we have to climb it? Do we have to go inside? What do you think?
Stairs on the outside is what you said, correct?
Yeah, the way that this tower is positioned is, it looks like there should be a door at the front where you're facing it immediately, but there's no door. It's just a sheer surface with the cracked black stones and the red energy. But along the outside, you can see there's little sort of protruding stones that act like steps going all the way up, basically.
Okay.
So you can do that. Are you
go
guys stepping foot on there then?
Can I go ahead? I want to flicker. And then,
Yeah, you should go ahead of me in case I fall off or break
and
the
then
stones. 'Cause
I
I'm
want
heavy.
to flicker again, just so I'm like 30 to 40 feet ahead. And then I want to stealth my way up there, just to kind of sneak up, and then like I'm imagining the stairs kind of go up, and then I can just kind of like perch my head over. Obviously, I've got my what do you call it? My cloak of elven kind, which like camouflages me. So I just want to kind of see if I can see who's up there. So I'll roll me stealth for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Better believe I'm just walking up. Bush.
So that is
Oh, man.
a 26.
A 26.
18 plus 8.
Have we both scaled this tower?
I'm
God.
like 50 I'm like 50 feet ahead of you.
So I'm still going blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah
but
blah blah.
I'm stealthed because I'm trying to like glean what's going on.
Oh yeah, not me.
Everyone, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Fucking here we go.
Oh,
Not me.
My wisdom's
11.
+5. This is where I broke
You
shit.
got an 11.
16.
16
Oh,
for
12.
LDB. A 12.
Yes.
But I'd like to think I'm so stealth that it wouldn't affect me.
Okay. Alright, yeah. So you make your way to the apex of the tower, but before then, because you're a little bit ahead, Fiscal, and you rolled pretty well on your stealth, you can see ahead of you there appears to be someone off on the northern side, or on the opposite side of where you scaled, who is looking away, floating in the air, and has got his hands held out with red energy around his hands.
Okay.
There you can see, chained up on one side of the rune is Thalara, and
Now's my
chained up
chance.
on the other side of the rune is Elena.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
And
Let me see the picture of this
surrounding
quick.
them are, it looks like, some more of those ghouls.
Do I see Erasmus?
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Holy fuck,
It's a 16.
16. You can't see Erasmus from the figures that you're looking at currently. I will say with a 16, you can see that there's like runes and carvings in the center and like a circle on the ground. Like ritual carvings. Yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, ritual carvings on the ground. And they seem to be pulsing. And in the center of the ritual carvings, just floating about 15-20 feet in the air, there is a artifact which, now that you're closer, looks less bright. You can make out the details of it. It looks like it's a 3 skeletal heads, sort of together on a point, with a rib cage coming down, and then it's got a crystal in the center of the 3 heads. Like the heads have been wrapped around that crystal with the rib cage below it. And what that crystal is doing is slowly rotating on the spot, and it seems like it's siphoning energy from the runes, which look like they're siphoning energy or life force from Thalara and Elena to power the ritual of trying to open the rift in the sky.
How do you want to do this, guys? Do you want me to kind of go around, cause a distraction?
Well, I'm literally
Actually,
Them
thinking
stairs.
about that, because I'm quite good at my stealth. I think you should
Can-
cause a distraction because you've.
Have
also
we all
got-
gone up there? Are we all up there now?
We're all heading up there. I'm a little bit ahead of you.
So are you up there? So you've seen this now. I've
Yeah.
not seen it yet.
No, but like
Alright.
I'm like just to the point where
I can cause a very unintentional distraction. Yes.
No, so like I'm at the point where now I can, like my head's kind of looking over, so I'm at that kind of point perched. So like you'd get to me before you became visible, effectively.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll relay all this information to you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about how they've got Thalara and Elena chained up, and they look like they're siphoning their energy or something. And I'm assuming Pigley's like right with you. Is that safe to assume?
He could just be on my shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. So
he's too tired to walk up them stairs.
But he's a small guy. There's a lot of stairs. It's understandable.
He's a small guy with a big dick.
If you put Pigley, leave him with me. If you go up there, cause a distraction, and kind of walk your way around so they're not looking at us, Pigley and I can try and stealth my way around to Elena or Liliana. Who's closer, Elena or Liliana, or are they like?
It's not Liliana. It's Thalara and Elena.
Sorry, yeah.
I roll Arcana to see if I know what's happening and the best way to stop it and all that.
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check, sure.
Jesus fucking Christ. I rolled an 8, but it was a fucking nat 1.
Oh,
okay. Critical failure.
Can I roll an Arcana?
Sure, yeah. I'll say the DC will be higher for yours.
I also rolled an 8, but it was a 6 + 2.
Pigley, you get the sense that you don't really know exactly what's going on here. You're not sure what the end goal of this ritual is, but you can feel your magical energy overwhelmed while you're close to this artifact. And you're not sure.
Overwhelmed in a good way or a bad way?
You feel full of energy, and you're not sure if you can control it in terms of by arcane means.
I need this artifact.
Potentially.
The only other thing that you can see, like I said, is Thalara. She's got her head down, sunken. It looks like her hair has been cut off now. The little ponytail that she had was sheared off when she was dragged up here, so now she's just got short. So,
can I? Do you remember those potions?
What potions?
Yep.
The potions I looted from Erasmus.
Shagger.
Potions.
Gave them to.
I gave 2 to Carlin to what do you call it?
Mm-hmm.
To refine, which he's still got with him.
Yeah.
But I've got the other 10 still in my bag.
Okay.
Obviously, are we saying they're obsolete or just unknown?
They're unknown.
Okay.
You're not sure. Well, yeah, they're just unknown. You don't know if they've just got mundane applications, if they're super powerful, if they're all the same, or if they're all different. All you know is that, yeah, you've got these small containers basically with unknown contents.
Okay. What I want to do is I've got 10 on me, yeah?
Yes.
Do you know what those potions do, or are you just going to wing this depending on what
I know what they do.
Okay.
Can I tell what those potions do from looking at them?
Not from just looking at the card. Well, you can give me an Arcana check, yeah.
Am I still causing a distraction?
Investigation.
Not yet.
Jesus fucking Christ. 12.
12.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't really tell. They just look like... They look generic to you, but considering where you got them from, you don't know. You're not sure if that's a safe assumption or if it's something more potent.
Okay. So there's 10, yeah?
Mm.
I want you to put them in any random order, 1 to 10.
Okay.
Okay? And then I'm going to roll a d10. Whichever number it is, that's the one I'm picking out. And I'm going to put that into one of the vials that Kel gave us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put that in my dagger.
Okay. Right. You go to do that. As you go ahead, roll the dice, see which one you get.
4.
I
Number
swear
4.
to fuck if one of these is a potion of healing. You put a fucking
How
healing potion on
fucking
a
funny would
dagger.
that be? The thought has genuinely did cross my mind, and I thought the risk kind of outweighs the reward.
Stab him to heal him.
However, lol.
You okay? You open one of the bowls. You just pick one at random, and as you uncork it, you watch
A little green
amount
skull floats out the bowl.
yeah, imagine. You watch as like some dry smoke basically starts to pour out of it, almost like it was being forcefully kept inside, and you pour it into a little container that Kel gave you, and you pour it in, and you watch as it starts to bubble, kind of in the same way that Coke does when you pour it into a cup.
Yeah.
It starts to bubble and fizz up, and then you think, oh shit, I'm just going to tie this thing on. Oh, screw this thing in really quickly. And you screw the container in, and as you're screwing it, it kind of locks at one point, and the second that you hear the lock click, you watch as it's like a black liquid now that seems to just shoot out from the canister at the bottom straight into the glass vial in the center of the dagger. You've successfully loaded whatever was in that potion into the dagger.
And just refresh my memory here. So, is this like the dagger's a one-use thing, or is it? And it just kind of goes until it's done.
Yeah, you don't know, but you get the impression that if it was a one-use thing, Gel would have told you. So, for the purposes of this, you just know that it's gonna imbue whatever that potion, the essence of the potion is, whenever you make an attack with it.
Okay. I mean, I'm more than happy for LDB to go and cause a distraction and get everyone facing away from us.
I'll say, LDB, as you crest the top of the tower and you step through, you get a pretty good look at Thalara. Looks like her spirit's been broken. She's just staring down. Elena looks, you can't really tell what kind of emotion she's in, but her hair isn't as like I said, when you've seen her before, it looks like it was constantly waving in the wind. This time it looks like it's just normal hair. She looks absolutely drained, and she's got cuts and bruises all over her.
Someone forgot to use her conditioner.
The summit itself, the top of the tower, is, aside from what I've already explained, it's pretty barren. There's not much there, except for what I've already explained. There's just like a few artifacts and implements that are scattered around for when they had to apply the ritualistic sort of implements or arcane tools. But the air is thick with a type of tension. The atmosphere around here is crackling and humming with the sort of in tune with the artifact in the center. And standing before this dread artifact, silhouette is stark against the chaotic flashes of red light, is, now that he turns to face you, a familiar sight. You notice Erasmus there.
Oh.
His expression is cold. It's a stark contrast to the malevolent chaos that's swirling around him. Here, at the pinnacle of whatever his dark ambitions are, Erasmus is seemingly prepared to face anyone who would try and stop him. And as you sort of burst through and have a look around, you can see Erasmus has changed a little bit since you last saw him. Is both grotesque and awe-inspiring. Before, where he had sort of a head of hair, he's now completely bald, and there's now black veins. He's now completely bald, and there's black veins pulsating across his pale skin. He's levitating several feet above the ground, exuding an aura of power, and his eyes, which were once sharp and calculating, are now just a solid colour of red that burn with malevolent intensity. Erasmus begins to speak to you, LDB. His voice is now full of hatred and pride. He says, I was wondering how long it would take for you 3 idiots to find your way to the heart of my storm.
3? There's only me here, Sunshine.
You son of a bitch.
Do I look like someone who can be fooled?
I'll come alone, Erasmus. What did you take me for?
He says, you really think you can stop my destiny? My right? Look around you, pal. I did all of this. All of it. And he stretches his arms out. And as he does that, the veins on his body seem to start pulsing more fiercely. He says, 4 years I worked in the shadows, pretending to serve that piece of shit, Stellara. All of them, Gideon, Kitch, none of them could grasp the true potential that lay beneath Varlin. But then the magic screamed out to me. Someone weakened the ward on the temple, and then you feckless lot took my supplier. You forced my hand. His voice starts to rise now. He says, you see this tower? This is a monument to my victory, right? It's a testament to my will. The people of Varlin, they were nothing but pawns in my schemes. They're suffering their deaths, all necessary sacrifices for the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
And here you lot attempt to interrupt me at the precipice of my triumph. I'm afraid it's too late.
Nah,
And
you're
I
right.
have no time for your pitiful attempts at heroism. But rest assured, here and now, I will corrupt and siphon the power of the forgotten Arendor and bring forth the start of the end. And as he sort of finishes that, you see his eyes start to flare up with dark energy. Everybody, roll initiative, please.
Woo!
For sakes.
I'm still stealth,
Dead.
right?
Yeah, 5.
Well, he
wish
knows
he
we're there. He knows
He
everyone's
knows
No,
there.
he knows you're there.
No,
He said
knows
three. He said all
of
three.
you were there. Yeah.
Oh, so he's aware
I
that
tried
me
to talk
and,
him out of it.
Me and Pig, he's aware me and Piggly are like hidden.
He is
to the
aware
side.
that you're here and where you are, yes.
Okay.
I tried, bro. I tried. My initiative
rolled-
is
oh, I thought-
21.
I thought I said -5. It just said initiative 5. Okay, that's funny. Who's got 20 to 15, please?
I've got a 15.
Okay, fiscal.
Dan's got
15.
21.
21,
I got
baby.
21.
And I got a 5.
Yeah, boy. Best roll.
Maybe 21.
The good thing I've got
Okay.
magic missiles, so I don't have to roll for that shit.
Bigly is on 5. Okay, so let's roll these other people now.
You're-
I always forget to do this.
You're
right?
gonna wait until I do my attack with this dagger before you tell me what's in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought you might be.
There's no other way to do it, right? Okay, fellas. Top of the leaderboard is LDB.
Sure.
No surprise. He's really tall.
You
Not
are
me,
first to act. You watch as Erasmus finishes his speech and his eyes start flaring up. You recognize immediately that some shit's about to go down here.
Damn.
So you take the initiative as you're prone to do. Your aggression takes over. You're the first to act. What are you doing?
It's a good question. A lot to think about. But I think I've made my decision.
What the fuck
Quick
is
calculation,
this?
that.
What is this? Are you playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Phone a friend?
I'd like to phone a friend.
I'd like to ask the
You're ne-
audience.
I'm gonna do something probably very stupid. No, that's too stupid. Well, yeah, probably. Fuck it. The other guys can pick up. I'm gonna do. Wait, how far can I move? What's my move thing again?
30
You've got
feet.
30 feet.
30 feet.
That's 6 squares. Just to let
You
you
can
On
know.
get
hindsight,
directly in front of
I made
Aslan.
this map like 2 weeks ago because I thought you guys would be a lot quicker getting here. I should have made the little
Sidetracked.
hexagons. Yeah, I should make the little hexagons a bit more like
So
less
it looks
visible.
like I could probably do this then.
Yes,
For 30 feet.
you can, yeah.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 25. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do that.
Go ahead, make your attacks if you wish to.
That's me move. Can I rage first, please?
You can rage first, yes. Yeah.
I've seen Erasmus and I've heard his speech about how everyone was a pawn, and I liked Varlin. It's a nice town, and I like that bread making woman as well. I'll have you know, all right. And I liked the Velveteen Mermaid, and I liked all my hookers. And I'm not happy with Erasmus, and he's made me really fucking angry actually. So I'm gonna rage on his ass.
Yeah, you are. Go on.
Oh! That's raging.
Excellent. Okay. Nice.
Smash. And then I'm gonna go I could have thrown something at him, but no.
No,
I'm
you
too
want to
angry.
go close and personal.
I'm too angry. Okay.
Go
I'm
on.
going for the first swing-a-ling on the ding-a-ling here.
Okay.
Oh! 20. Not natural.
Nice.
Not natural. Yeah, 20 will hit.
Push! You best believe I'm getting my charges out of the way and this blood coax is getting ignited. Alright. Skabooshkis. I think I used the charge on that, didn't I?
Skadoinks. Can you guys still just see the map? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I've got it.
I'm
up
clicking the
amazing.
charge. I'm clicking the charge on my axe. It's not doing anything. Is that a problem?
Yeah, it won't do anything. I have to roll the thingy for it.
Okay. I can't remember what happens if I do it. La, 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 la.
Do-
One bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Yes.
As a bonus action, cause the hacks has. La, 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 weapon. If the target fails a wisdom save of 13, they take 1d4 additional fire damage.
A wisdom save of 13.
Wisdom saving of 13, yes.
16.
Fuck you.
So
You
he
bastard.
saved against that. How much
saved
damage
against that,
did you
alright.
do against him?
So damage was 2. 6 plus how many for raging?
2.
Another 2. So we're looking at 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, nice one.
That was with
Right.
my main hand.
Yes. You
Now
get
with mine
second
offhand,
attack. No, you can do 2 attacks in a turn, remember.
but I can use my offhand or the blood cast can.
Well, you've used your bonus action to rage, but your
Yep.
primary action, if you take an attack and you as your primary action, because you've hit level 5, you can do another attack.
I can attack
Okay,
again, but
me.
with my main hand. I want to use the other axe. So can I just use the other axe?
You can if you want to, yeah.
I want to get a bit of blood on it. I mean, I know I have from the ghoulies, all right, but this is
Yeah.
different. This is for my fucking Varlin, all right.
Yeah, go on.
Push. 18.
18. Okay, you watch as you go to strike him with this second attack. There's no, he won't do that actually. Yeah, I'll let that go through. Yeah, go on, give me the damage.
Okay. But I rolled the wrong thing. Fucking it rolled high too. Okay, one sec. Push. That's all right.
It's the same.
9. Oh, it's the same. That's
alright.
11 altogether. 11 altogether.
11 plus what was it that you had before? 9.
So it was a 9. It was a 9 plus the 2.
Okay. So that's
So
11
that's
in
11
total then.
11 and then plus the 8. No, or
Yeah,
I
that's
hit
what I
8
was
as well,
asking,
didn't
yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so 19 then. Okay.
how many kills you? I've been waiting all
Okay.
sessions to say that. No one's rolled a fucking 19 yet. No one.
There you go. Right. Okay. So yeah, you lay into him again. You feel this rage feels different. It's not
Whoops,
just coming
tried against
from your stomach. This is coming from your heart now. And as you start raging, you feel your blood pressure spike. Your eyes go bloodshot. You start foaming at the mouth, and you start swinging at Erasmus, and you start carving into him. It looks like there's some sort of magical energy around him, and your attacks don't do any physical damage to him. You can't see that he's taken any actual physical licks, but it looks like his magic power is weakened as he starts wobbling in the air a little bit, trying to keep his levitation up. All right, well that's your turn then, I think.
You said yes.
Okay. Next up is zombie number 4.
Oh fuck, I forgot about the zombies. Wait, there's zombies? Wait a minute. That's not part of the script.
15, 20. He's going to go there and he's going to make an attack against you.
Fuck's
That is
If he
a.
misses.
Oh my god. I remember the last time you guys fought these zombies. They weren't that good, and they're still not. That's a 15 to hit.
How many not hits did you get?
15.
You didn't hit that one, sunshine.
No, it
And
doesn't
as
hit.
Caleb has reminded me, but I was aware of this, don't worry, I had my other sheet up.
Excellent.
I can
He's-
headbutt him.
Oh, you're going to headbutt him? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Go
When an
ahead.
enemy within 5 feet makes a melee attack against you and misses,
What do I need to roll something? for
I
that?
deal +1 plus strength damage to the enemy, and they must make a con saving throw, 8 plus my athletics. So a saving throw of 14.
13. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. This guy rolls a. Oh shit! He rolls an 8. Okay, never mind.
Hey.
So he's
So the
stunned.
damage on that is 4 damage.
4 damage for zombie
Yes.
number 4. Oh, that's easy.
Both
to
the yeah. Basic con saving throw. Their turn ends immediately, and the enemy cannot take reactions or bonus action until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so yeah, if you were to move here, for example, he couldn't attack you.
Got you. Got you.
Okay,
Got you.
yeah.
That's
You
useful.
watch as this zombie comes in to try and attack you. You see it in the corner of your eye because you're hyper focused now. And as he goes to take a swing against you, you sidestep and then just turn around and absolutely lamp him with your head, and his jaw goes skittering off to the side. Okay, that's zombie number 4 done. Next up is Fiscal.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to zombie number 3, so 5, 10.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go for a attack with the Sky's Venom Dagger. Just to see
Sky's Venom Dagger, yeah.
how that goes down and see what effect this fucking thing that I've poured into it does.
What did you get for your attack roll?
If it rolls, spinning, that is a 14.
A 14 hits, okay. What damage do you get just on the weapon normally?
1d4 plus 3, I got 5.
1d4 plus 3. Okay, that's 5 damage on him. Okay, yeah, so you watch as you go to attack him with the special glass vial dagger that you got from Kel, and as you slice into it, doesn't feel any different at first, but you look at your blade for a second and you can see the black liquid that was inside is now sort of covering a very thin section of the outside of the blade. And as you look up to the zombie where you've slashed at it, you watch as a black, almost like something's crawling, starts to creep up to its up through its neck from the slash you gave in chest, up through its neck, up his face, into his eyes, and you watch as his eyes start to cloud over, and the zombie is now very nervous. Well, not nervously. It's now looking around a bit more frantically now.
It's Venom.
You get the sense that you cannot. When you attack with this weapon, if the target can't survive it via their own vitality, they are unable to resist the effects and become blinded.
Okay. And at that point, I'm going to flicker over to this side of Elena.
You flickered, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So you have cast a spell in the vicinity of this tower, and it's surging magic. I want you to roll a D100, please.
What?
Here we go.
Oh no. Oh, thank God, that's a 14.
A 14.
That could be bad.
Okay. You feel a very strange sensation as you cast the magical effect of flicker, and the magic doesn't seem to be responding to your will in the presence of this artifact.
All right.
Oh,
Even
well,
though
I'm fucked then, aren't I?
feels
Oh,
stronger. Yeah, it looks like it surges. At some points it's high, some points it's low, but with the way that you try to cast this spell and the element here, you watch as you go to cast it, the energy comes off your hand as red and just immediately gets sucked into the artifact.
I'm so fucked.
So I don't flicker.
You don't flicker. The effect does not
Okay,
take effect.
so... But this zombie's blind, so it doesn't get opportunity attack, right?
Correct?
Alright, cool, so I'm going to walk over.
Okay.
Human shield.
No,
You
'cause-
see,
Incredible.
you can see Elena is sort of hunched over a little bit, but her head's like looking. Her eyes are like sort of rolled back, but almost looking up into the sky. And you look like she's muttering. It looks like she's muttering something to herself. You imagine, based on her character, probably some kind of prayer or something like that. Still, through just the muscle memory, basically, at any point, any given time in her life, she's always been reciting a prayer, and looks like even in this state she's still able to.
Okay, so I'm just going to say to her, we're going to get you out of here. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay, excellent.
End my turn.
Next.
My turn.
Up is Erasmus, as he says, "My turn."
He can't do that. He can't do that. That's not what it does.
Piggly, you watch as
Here we go.
Erasmus's head sort of clicks straight towards you, and he says, "I think you'll like this." And he casts
Oi, oi.
I
a
get it.
familiar spell, Magic Missile. at
Oh,
first level.
fuck! I'm so screwed. Fuck!
Okay, he fires it at you. Okay, so combined, you lucky little bastard. They only do 5 damage to you. But yeah, you watch as it shrieks, and as he lets off the spell, and they sort of pass through the area of the artifact, they seem to get stronger, and then as they come towards you, they seem to almost lose some of the energy, and then impact you. They don't do as much damage as you feel like they should have. So 5 points of damage from that. He has. Okay, so that's Erasmus's first spell. Now he's going to, as part of a bonus action, he's going to cast telekinesis on this zombie here, zombie number 2, and he's going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah, so he's going to move the zombie here.
I've got a feeling Erasmus is scared of me, so he's trying to take me out first. We've got 2 people closer than I am.
So, zombie number 1 is next up. He's going to move.
I swear to fuck, Fez.
Rape him. No. I mean, kill him.
He's going to go to Thalara. He's going to take 1, 2 actions to go to Thalara, and he's going to roll to try and attack her.
Kill.
What a cunt.
That is. Zombies are shit, bro. He fucking missed. Okay. That's that done. Okay, zombie
fucking chained up and he missed.
Zombie number 2, under command from his Dreadlord, goes ahead. 1, 2, 3, 15 points of movement. He's gonna go ahead and take an attack at you, Piggly. Does a 13 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god! How shit are you, bro?
That's
my armor class is 10 for fuck's sake.
3 points of damage against.
I haven't picked up any fucking armor yet.
Womp womp.
And yeah, I'm always the one doing the damage.
Support class.
You are.
Also true. Zombie.
Because you have a fucking spell that doesn't fucking miss.
You
Zombie
say that,
3.
but we've all hit so far.
He's gonna make a save. He fails. He's gonna wander. 1,
He
2.
He fucks off from there.
And falls to his death. Amazing! Don't tell me this dagger was not worth every penny.
Oh my, you know what? I just hate rolling for zombies because every time they've played them, they've always rolled shit, except that one time where the guy rolled like 19s to stay alive. That brings us to Piggly. You're up next.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, go ahead. What are you doing on your turn?
So that artifact, you said it's floating in the air, yeah?
It's floating, yes.
Alright, I'm going to use Misty Step as a bonus action.
Okay.
What's the fucking
So you
distance?
cast the spell,
30
is what
feet.
you're saying.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, roll a d100, please.
He said
Fuck
to the
me.
fucking wizard.
I'm so fucked.
Can't do the spell.
This is so
74.
74. You take 74 points of damage.
You cannot respawn.
Okay. Okay, on a 74, you cast the spell and you do appear where you intend to appear. However, the magic suffused through you by virtue of being close to this artifact seems to... I don't want to give away what it does, but it makes it so that when you've cast this spell now, on this occasion, the closest creature to you takes 3d10 poison damage. So where are you teleporting to?
So creatures close to where I'm turning up take 3d10.
Correct.
How close are we talking here?
The single closest creature to you takes 3d10.
So zombie 2 will take the damage then, I'm assuming.
Zombie number 2. Okay, let's see what happens to zombie number 2. So yeah, as you reappear, you sink into the ground as you do when you normally cast Misty Step, and then you reappear. But as you come out of the other end here, you sort of skid a little bit, and as you skid, you watch as a shower of poison just splashes onto zombie 1 as he takes 18 points of damage.
Oh,
You watch as you melted off part of his arm, part of his chest, but he's still standing.
Every time. Why do I always do that? It's like a reflex. Every time you've gone, he's still standing. I just can't help myself.
Good song, that's
Well,
okay.
I will now cast Magic Missile.
Okay, so you cast yet another spell. Curious.
Why
Roll a
That's a bonus
D100,
action.
please.
does this guy keep casting spells?
Yeah, I'm so fucked.
Shadow Wizard money guy.
We love casting spells.
84.
84.
Gills, did you
Let's
get?
see what you get, my boy. 84. Okay.
Does that mean I can actually cast it?
Oh.
As you cast the spell, the effect doesn't go off. However, instead, your tongue turns into silver, and for the next hour,
fuck?
you can speak and understand all languages.
So does my spell not go off then?
Magic missile does not go off. No.
But
Instead,
you can
Now
understand the
speak Spanish.
zombies.
French, German. All
How's that going to help? They're zombies. They ain't fucking intelligent.
But you can talk to them.
Exactly, they're not intelligent, so fucking attack that.
So
Frankly,
before
can't
you
do that.
end your turn, talk to the zombies.
Who knows
I'm
what's
going to
funny?
talk to Zombie 2 and ask him, why me?
You watch as he turns to you. He can't speak, but he just looks at you and he understands what you've said to him, and he just goes, "Ooh," and he shrugs his shoulders.
I'm going to tell him I love him. Before
You
ending my
watch as
turn.
he tries to smile and some of his teeth fall out.
Okay.
Okay. Does that end your turn, Piggly?
Flirting with the
First,
zombie.
I'm going to ask Zombie 2 if he'd be willing to attack Erasmus for me.
Make a persuasion roll.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nat 20 baby, nat 20 baby, nat 20 baby.
Yeah, my roll's been shit today. Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You watch as he just sort of stares at you blankly and then turns towards Erasmus.
That's
That'll
not a
end my
no.
turn.
That's not a no, I'd like to point out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, Piggly, that's you done then. All right, LDB,
Baby.
it's your turn, dog.
Okay. What I want to do is, I've seen that Thalara's been hit, or
She
not
was
hit.
about-
I
she
see
was
that they're
just
trying
being
to attack.
accosted.
Tried
They're trying to attack her. So I would like to throw Kel's bearded returning axe at her, and click the button so it comes back.
Okay.
Not at her,
Fair.
sorry, at the
I was
zombie
waiting
one.
for you to say that.
What is this character, bro? What the fuck?
A zombie one.
Zombie one. Okay, go ahead, make your attack roll.
Okay, is that just with a normal hit DC? Yeah, that's fine to do that.
Yeah.
Bash. 14.
14 hits. Roll the damage.
Smashing. Blesh. 8 plus 2, 10.
10 damage. Okay. You watch as you throw the axe, giving it the command to return by pressing the button, and it slams into the zombie's head with such force that it actually knocks it back, and you watch as he falls between the parapets there, and he gets sleamed off the edge.
Yay!
over.
We're on top.
Yeah, you reduced him to 0
Damn it.
with a lot of help from Piggly.
Getting rid of the bodies that I could use to fucking animate dead. I still haven't used that fucking spell yet.
Well, they
Fuck's
sound shit
sake.
anyway, so I think we're alright.
You watch as as you did that, and then he flies off the building, and then you because you click the button, you're like, what the fuck? Shouldn't the axe be back now? And you look at your hand. There it is.
Wait.
What's your
Right.
next movement?
Second attack. Yeah. Second attack.
Erasmus.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, yeah. Because there's no reason of my own. I'm gonna sling Erasmus,
Okay.
and I'm doing that with a hit of 10.
10
Yes.
Fuck no.
I definitely don't
does
fucking
not hit.
Interesting that you say that.
You go to swing down, and it sort of sparks off some arcane energy that seems to be shielding Erasmus.
Damn it. God, it's really lucky that I've got some sand in my pocket.
You fucker. Actually, you know what? Go ahead, roll it. What do I need to do? Dexterity save.
Wisdom.
A deck saving throw, yes.
That's a 2.
That is not good enough, my friend.
Okay. What does that do again, Sand in the Eye?
It says that the enemy is blinded until the end of my next turn.
Funny thing about Erasmus.
Mm.
You go to do this attack and you throw the sand that you've been storing in your pocket
Yes.
at his face. And
Sharp, very sharp sand.
you watch as his eyes close to try and get over the sand being thrown in them. And then a third eye opens on his forehead.
Oh lord.
Just
That turns me
slightly lifted off his forehead as it opens and then blinks a few times and then looks around and then focuses on you.
Holy.
Doesn't look like he's blinded.
Oh.
What would
That's
you
that
like to do, LDB? That's your turn
Well-
done.
That's it, that's all I can do, yeah.
Okay, alright. Right, zombie number 4 now. That's his turn up next. He's going to go ahead and make an attack roll against LDB. That is, oh my god, a natural 10.
What?
Does that hit?
Does not.
Was it hitting me?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Alright, so yeah, he goes to make an attack.
Oh
against
yeah, I
you
can
and
headbutt him.
misses.
I thought I'd remind you because I know. What
Okay, you're going to
I want to
him.
headbutt his third eye. Bash, bitch.
No,
No,
it's
not
zombie number
Erasmus
4,
isn't attacking
dumbass.
you, zombie
Oh,
number
the zombie 4, sorry.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
headbutt Erasmus' third eye.
That's a 13 dead on.
Oh yeah, that meets.
Oh wait, no, I rolled for Erasmus then, not the zombie. Hang on, let me roll that again. That's a 5.
Yeah.
The zombie.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get headbutted there.
How much damage did he take from that?
4.
4 points. Okay, yeah. You took off his jaw when you headbutted him the first time, and now you've taken off some of his cheekbone the second time. He's just been taking passive shots, just trying to do his little bits, you know. Okay, next up is Fiscal.
It's your boy. Contrary to
Fiscale.
popular belief, I'm not a kill hungry son of a bitch. I'm going to. So, these chains, are they padlocked? Are they.
They're not padlocked. What it looks like is that it looks like these chains are wrapped around their arms, keeping them chained to the ground, but they go and wrap around their legs as well, so that they can't get up and move, and they go down into like a little section into the floor, basically. So it doesn't look like there's any padlock or anything like that, but there's just chains and
So,
shackles around their arms.
can I use my action to undo Elena's chains?
You wouldn't be able to undo them. I'd say you can make like an attack roll to try and break them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll use my blink dagger.
Cool. All right, go ahead and make your attack. I'll say this isn't so much to see if you hit the chains, because obviously you will, but just to see if you don't do any damage.
17.
Which you do not. You don't do any damage to Elena. Okay, go ahead, roll your damage. For the change.
That is
Oh, no.
3 plus 3, 6.
6 points of damage. Okay, so yeah, you strike the chain. It looks like it's enough to break one of the links, so one of her arms is free, but she's still chained by her other arm as well.
I'll again with my blink dagger go to you to the other arm.
With your second attack, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
That is a 6. There's a roller
Six?
coaster there. Yeah,
Okay,
6.
all right.
9, 6.
I'll
It's a
say
roller
6
coaster.
still hits, but you might do a bit of damage to Elena here.
Okay.
Not Elena. Is it Elena?
Yeah, Elena.
Yeah, it's,
And that's a 5.
5 points. Okay, so yeah, you shatter both chains on her hands, but you also nick Elena a little bit on the arm, the second chain that you try to shatter.
It's 5.
And you watch as you do that. The you can see on the map here. There's like a line from Elena to the circle. The line starts to blink, and it's still drawing power from her, but it looks like it's not drawing as much power. And as a result, the artifact starts to get a little bit dimmer, and the energy that's pulsing starts to slow down a little bit as well.
Okay. And I just kind of look at Erasmus and I stick my finger up.
He starts dribbling.
And I'll make my way towards Falara. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So you walk across the rooms in the middle.
Yes.
Wrong answer.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
That is
damn.
a 17.
17. Okay.
Mhm.
You watch as you step over the runes. You feel like your heart's about to stop beating as you walk over it, but the little magic that's infused on you from Kalin seems to stop you from almost like sinking straight through the ground, and you make it across to the other side with no problem.
Cool. And I will end my turn there after flipping off Erasmus and making my way to Thalara.
Excellent. Okay. Fiscal, that's your turn done. Next up, we've got Erasmus. He is. That would be funny.
I swear.
Okay. He's going to cast on himself a spell. Dan, you watch here as he's casting the spell now. His voice booms. It seems like he's a lot more powerful when he's casting spells, and he doesn't seem quite as small when he's making these arcane sigils in the sky, basically. And you watch as he makes this, he casts this spell. A bolt of energy just slams down onto where he is, and when the bolt disappears, there's now 3 Erasmuses in front of you.
Oh,
You
good.
taking the fucking piss?
Goody. Honestly, goody.
This is going to be a fun fight.
But
I'm going to have
As
to
he
speak to Zombie
shifts-
4.
as he shifts in position, the other 2 Erasmuses do the exact same movements. Right, and then as part of his bonus action, he is going to do. He's going to cast telekinesis on zombie number 4 and move him forcefully from this area. That'll be 5, 10, 15. Going to drop him.
So what you're saying is he moves across the centre room.
That's a
Yes,
fair point.
indeed.
That's a fair
Well,
point.
Because he's already dead.
That's
Does
just-
That is
seem
also
like-
a fair point.
It doesn't seem like when he steps, he's been hovered over it, so he's not disturbing the runes, but his undead fortitude doesn't look like it's affected by the runes in the center.
Go for it,
But
bitch.
yeah, that's the end of Erasmus's turn. Next up, so it's Zombie 2 next up, and Pigley, you watch. Put number 3 there as well. Yeah. You watch as
Big
Zombie
friend.
2 looked at Erasmus. He's facing him. He looks at you, and then he looks at Erasmus again, and then he just starts shambling over. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can only move 20 feet, so he ends his turn there. And you watch as the runes light up underneath Zombie 2, and they're searing his flesh, but it doesn't seem like it's having any effect on him. And that's the end of Zombie 2's turn. Next up, Piggly.
Have I still got the speak to anything thing on?
Yes.
And also trying to use my magic missile, does that still expend a spell slot?
Using Magic Missile will expend a spell slot. Yeah, if you cast a leveled spell.
Then I'm going to fucking look Erasmus dead in that weird fucking eye that's currently floating. Actually, there's 3 Erasmuses now, isn't there?
What's that? Yeah, there's 3
Oh,
Erasmuses.
I'm gonna cast.
Do you think we could just draw that on the board just so we?
I'll cast magic missile at
No, 'cause it's
second
just
level.
a mirror image.
Okay. Roll a d100, please.
Yeah.
Thank you for that chime.
That was me hitting my vape off my whiskey tumbler, but it came in perfectly.
A
What did I just roll?
98.
That's
58. Oh
high,
shit.
bro.
You cast the spell. The magic missile does go off, but
Fuck.
you appear to be surrounded by very faint, quiet, ethereal music.
that what that tinging was?
Yeah, and nothing else seems to happen as a side effect. You're just now constantly hearing this music from a sourceless place around you. But the effect still goes off. So what's the damage to Erasmus?
Right, so there's 3 of them in there. I'm assuming I can't stipulate which is the correct one.
You can only fight how many? So at level 2, how many slots is that?
So level 2 is 4 darts.
4
So-
darts. Okay.
So if the 3 just standing next to each other like it is on the fucking screen now.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So I'll cast 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 2 in the middle.
Okay. You cast the spells. That's 4 darts. So
Well,
with the way that this worked on my end, I'm gonna have to roll a d20 to determine which of those go through, because I don't think you can call where they go
No,
to.
I think
but
with
Alright.
it's mirror image you use, isn't it?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So with mirror image, I believe you have to. It'll attack the mirror images first, and if you hit the mirror images, they dissipate, and then after that, obviously, it's Erasmus. From what I
So,
recall.
number
Oh, so it's
One.
going to be 1 then 1 then 2 then anyway.
Yeah, effectively,
So
Yeah.
unless they save on it.
Okay, so one of those spells hits the mirror image on the left, and he's gone. And then another d20. That one, same thing happens. Okay, so the duplicates actually get shredded by your magic missiles,
So
and
I've
they
got
just
2 rolls then, yeah.
disappear. And so there's now 2 more that hit Erasmus. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, roll the damage for me, please.
10 damage.
Nice,
10
you rolled the
damage.
max there as well. Fair play.
Damn.
Yeah.
This
Crazy.
guy's crazy. Okay.
It's a sign.
Okay. Piggly, give me a perception check as well, please.
Yep.
I'm just going to turn this music down a little bit.
16.
16. Okay. You can see as your spell one of your spells finally connects with the arcane energy on Erasmus, you can tell there is a very powerful spell currently cast on his body, but you can't quite make out the nature of the spell just from that one interaction. I'll say that's all you can make out for now. With Piggly done, next up is
Wait.
LD. Oh, go
Can
on.
I speak to Zombie 4 beforehand and ask him to also attack Erasmus?
Okay, go ahead and make your persuasion roll. Also, you can do that as a free action.
15.
Yeah. He looks at you, and then he looks at Erasmus, and he turns to face Erasmus. And then, is that the end of your turn then, yeah?
That is, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, right, next up, LDB.
Gleeman.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to swing, and I
You are going to have to swing.
have to give it a swing. Right, one swing of the old blood card axe then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yes, 12 does hit. Needs it, beats it. 12 hits.
Okay.
Erasmus is only a 12.
Oh,
You'll see
7
why.
damage. 7 damage.
Oh god, this
7
is
damage.
Dark Souls boss energy. This is second phase to this shit.
Okay, so that's 7 damage on the first one.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Then I'm gonna hit him with me returning axe.
Okay. Do you want it to return?
Bang. Oh, 10.
I think he's
10
just
to
hitting
hit.
him with it.
Oh.
Fudge. And there's no point in blinding him, is there?
Not that you can see.
Wow. That's that then. That's what I can do.
You can do another attack. Oh no, you already did
Can
the
I?
second one. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
I'm the axe man.
So the 2 attacks were part of your single attack action, so you can do your bonus action.
Oh, I can bonus action to hit again.
Yeah, offhand.
Oh, okay. And offhand is no
pluses.
bonuses or anything, right?
No, you do get bonuses because of your subclass, and you're using an axe. Yeah.
Bash. Oh, it's a nat 20.
Holy shit.
That's wild.
God
Okay.
damn.
11?
Christ.
14. No, that's wrong.
14 points of damage.
13, sorry.
13 points of damage.
With my offhand. That's good. I know, I
Yeah.
fucking... yeah.
You're chipping away at this ugly, grotesque little gnome. You never really liked him, but now as you're hitting him, you can see you're pretty much shaving parts of the magic aura around him off as you're starting to get closer and closer to his body, basically. Yeah. Is that your turn then?
That shall be me turn there, yeah.
Excellent. Next up, we've got Zombie 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to roll to make an attack against Erasmus. These guys just never where you need them to be. He rolled a 10, so that's not going through. He's just flailing his arms around trying to grab at the cloth that's floating and doesn't do any damage at all. That's Zombie 4's turn. Done. Next up is Fiscal.
I'll go here. And then, what the fuck did you want me to do? You want me to attack the chains, don't you?
The Shacklays, yeah.
To see if I dink on their bish. Oh, that is a crit fail.
Okay. Roll some damage first before I tell you what happens next.
That is a 6.
Okay. You watch as you go to strike down at the chain, and the tower is starting to shudder now as Erasmus is losing power. And as the tower shifts, it only moves everyone on here ever so slightly, but it's enough for you to miss your strike. And you watch as you slice off Thalara's ring finger on her left hand and her little finger, pinky finger as well.
Oh, she's going to be so pissed if she
Can't get
tries to
married
get
now.
married.
Yeah, that was your first attack. Would you like to make another?
Same again.
Yep.
That is a 4.
4, okay. That's enough to hit the chain. You're going to do a bit of damage to her, so yeah. Roll the damage.
It's a 5.
5, okay. You've broken one of the chains on the hand that's now missing a pinky and ring finger.
Okay. I'll go over to the other side. Yeah, I think that is all I want to do.
That's it?
Yeah. I'll end my
Okay.
turn.
Excellent. Next up
My
is
turn.
Erasmus, who is looking like he's a little bit fucking sick of all this going on here. Okay, he's going to look at LDB through the third eye.
Oh.
Then you feel your brain start to shrink a little bit.
Oh.
Do me a favor, roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
My favourite one, actually, that one.
His brain can shrink.
Oh, I really did it. 10. It was literally teaching on a 19. God damn.
Okay, so you've failed that saving throw.
Goody.
Erasmus is trying to look into your mind and see what information you know, and he's pressing your mind to its fullest extent, and it's causing psychic damage to you. You are going to take now 3d8
He's pressing it to not a much then.
3d8
damage, which is 21 points of damage.
Oh, you got fucking shafted there, bro.
So glad that wasn't me. That would have fucking taken me down to 7 HP.
Good to know,
was
actually.
it 21, sorry?
21 points of damage, yes.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I don't think you can resist psychic damage either, so even though you're
Nope, I
raging, you still
definitely
take
can't.
the full amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
For his bonus action, Erasmus is going to cast Telekinesis on zombie number 2. He's going to move him 5, 10, 15, 20. Blop. Puts him down right next to you again, Piggly. And that's going to end his turn.
Well, I'm glad he had a good turn.
Is zombie number 2, and he looks at you, Piggly, and he's a little bit confused. but he's been moved by telekinesis here. And he has to obey his master's will. He's going to go ahead and make an attack against you.
Don't forget they love each other. They love each other.
I said I loved him. Can't believe you do this to
Okay,
me.
you'll roll at disadvantage then.
I got your back, boo. Don't worry.
That is... Yeah, you rolled a 7 on the other one. You were lucky. One of them was an 18, the other one was a 7. Okay, that's the end of Zombie 2's turn. Next up is Piglet.
So first off, I'm gonna look at Zombie 2 and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You watch as he tries to make a sound as if he's trying to justify himself. He's like, oh.
So I might cast Death's Gaze. You
Okay.
just have to succeed the first fucking saving throw.
Did you say that you cast a spell?
Yeah, I fucking know.
Roll a d100, please.
100.
That's a natural 100. That's wild.
Yes!
You laughed. That might not be good.
Holy shit! I can't believe I rolled that on a D100. That's fucking mental.
Piggly, what happens next, I can only say, was a fated thing. You take 100 points of damage. No, I'm taking the piss. Okay. You go to cast the spell, but the magic comes out, and still within the effect of this artifact, it starts to spark into something else, a different spell, and you cast on yourself Greater Restoration. You regain all lost hit points.
That's wild, considering he's the only one who took damage.
I took 21 points of damage.
Okay, up until...
Yeah, but it's all in your head, bro.
Yeah, no,
I
it's all
regained a
psychic.
whole 7 HP.
All in my head.
That's a very powerful fucking spell, by the way. But yeah,
That's it.
good
Except
job.
I'm never going to roll a D100 ever again and get
Yeah.
100.
Okay. Right. That's that done then. What else are you doing for your turn?
And that'll be it.
That'll be it.
There's only one thing I'm here to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's to beat the shit out of Rasmus.
Go ahead.
Oosh! That'll be a 25.
25 does hit. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll say that. I'll allow that.
Can I ignite my axe then?
Go ahead. You want me to roll?
Yes, please. Wisdom
Let me
saving
roll
flow
that,
of 13.
13. That's a nat 20. Yeah.
Is
Alright.
wild.
Guess doesn't hit them. Boosh! But
What's
we
the
are going to
damage?
do 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, you're getting through to him now. You can see he's starting to look worried about all the arcane energy that you started shaving off him.
I'm hacking and I'm slashing.
Mhm.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit him with the beard axe.
Go on then, sunshine.
Boosh! I'm going to stop using the beard axe.
That's an 11.
Yeah.
11 does not hit.
That's fantastic news. And then finally, my third axe that I've produced out of my arsehole. Here we go. Bosh! 14.
14. Okay. You watch as you go to hit him with the third axe, and it looks like it's going to connect, but then the third eye locks into where your axe is about to hit, and you watch as a shimmering shield of light appears, and as you go to hit it, the arcane energy bounces it off, and he has deflected that attack. I think that's all your attacks done, because he's
That is all my
deflected that
attacks then,
final
yeah.
one.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Next up is zombie number 4 then, as he goes to attack Erasmus again.
Those are not
He
20.
lurches back, goes to slam into him. Oh wow, he actually hit. That's a 13. Okay.
Oh,
Now
many
let's roll the damage,
kills.
baby. Yeah. That is 1d6 plus. Oh, there's only 3 points of damage. Oh, well. Every little helps.
Tesco's.
He's
Little
he's gone to hit Erasmus, and you guys watch as the zombie impacts, his hand impacts against Erasmus. His arm immediately is just disintegrated and blown back as the zombie starts to lurch backwards.
It's fine.
Very
He's got,
clearly.
he's got
in-
another arm and 2 legs. It's all
That's
counts.
true, he does.
It's all counts.
yeah, that's the end of that zombie's turn. So zombie 4 is done. Next up is Fiscal.
Cool. I'm gonna go for the second and I believe final chain on Thalara.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a nat 1 again. What the fuck?
Jesus!
And
Holy
now one. Roll the damage, please.
Get this guy into the game.
Again, 6 damage. So I've taken the other 2 fingers off her other 2 hand. I'm assuming. So that's
No,
Fuck,
I'll
Another
say
ring
you.
finger, yeah.
It's on the other hand. This time you've cut her down the forearm while you were aiming for the chain. And you've
Ooh,
left
there's some
a
major veins
nasty
in there.
gash, so she's just taken those 6 points of damage straight up.
okay. I'll go for the chains again.
Okay.
That is a 4.
A 4
and
is I'll say
7 points of damage.
7. Yeah, so yeah, you shatter the other chains as well, and you watch the same thing happen now as the line that was connecting her to the central portal and drawing her life essence starts to flicker, and it again the tower now starts to shake a little bit more violently now that both of those links have been destroyed. The artifact in the center starts to pulse more rapidly, almost like a beacon now. And you watch as the intensity of the black stones with the red cracks through them, the red cracks now start to light up underneath it. It looks like it's speeding up the effect of drawing the energy in. And the artifact starts to flash and spin around much quicker now that you've done that.
Piggly, you need
but
to.
Lara
you
and
need to...
Elena are safe.
Well, if I can cast a fucking spell.
Yeah. And then, can I flicker with people?
I think we said yes, because you tried to do that with Piggly before. So yeah, with one
Yeah.
other person you can flicker.
So that's the stairs there, right?
It's on the other side of that, but yes, that's where you would exit. No, sorry, yeah. Let me get the pointer. This is the exit, but the stairs are over here.
Yeah. Are Thalara and Elena conscious?
They look very dazed. They're not like coherent. You look at them and you try and speak to them, and they're just not there mentally.
Okay. Can I try and flicker with Thalara towards the exit? So I'll go. If I am going to flicker, it'll be 5, 10, 15, and then I'll run the extra 10 feet with Thalara.
So you're telling me you cast a spell?
Yeah, so I'm about to roll the deal. Don't worry, I was getting it ready. I was just saying what I'm going to do.
I've got to do any of this shit, it's great.
And that is a 56.
Oh, a new number. Okay.
Uh-oh.
You cast Flicker. The spell does go through, but as you dash forward, your head feels very cold, and you look back where you were, and you just see all of your hair scattered across the ground.
No!
Oh,
You are now
Yeah, baby!
uh,
This just gets better and better.
oh, I can't wait for the new character art.
Let me just like confirm here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Yes, I'm
regrow
aware.
my hair?
Your hair will grow back within
Okay,
24 hours,
alright.
but you are bald right now.
That's fine.
24 hours.
Baldy,
God
right
damn
now.
it!
What's
I thought it
like
was
to
gonna be
have
bald
my
bald.
hair?
Fine. So
Is it hot
5,
or is it
10,
cold?
15.
I don't know.
Thalara comes with me, and then we both go over towards.
I'll
there.
say Thalara can't really walk on her own, so you'd have to
No,
drag her
yeah,
there. So
I'm like helping her along.
yeah, because you're helping her along, your movement is halved then, so you won't be able to get to the stairs.
Alright, so
Wherever
I'll
the
be
point
there.
is you teleported from, yeah, we'll be there, so yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
I'll just ask Erasmus. Erasmus, why are you doing this?
He latches, his vision latches onto you, and he says, "There's powers at work here far beyond your little brain."
Oh, I see. So you're just a lackey. I understand now.
I'll show you, Lecky, you piece of shit.
And with that, I am.
His eyes are focused on you. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, hang on.
So,
hang
physical-
on. Sorry, let me rephrase.
Yep.
I move here, and then I end my turn.
And then end your turn. Okay. Next up is Erasmus. he is going to cast on you
On me.
a certain spell. Yes. A spell with a lot of flavor and damage. Do an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence saving throw is 10.
10. Okay, so you fail that save. You watch as Erasmus, with one hand, summons some purple energy, and you watch as he flicks it with his hand, and it comes out in almost like a whip shape, and it smacks you right on the side of your head, and then passes through your head, through your brain, and off to the other side. As you take 3d6 psychic damage.
What we got?
That is, wow. A 6, a 6, and a 4. 16 points of damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
And on your next turn, you can't take a reaction until the end of your next turn.
You said 16, right?
16, yeah, 1 6.
Oh, wait. Can I use a reaction on that?
To do what?
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, how much damage do you give me again?
16, so you would take 8 in that case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
Okay. Now, on this next turn, Erasmus is going to go ahead and cast telekinesis on Elena.
Oh, bro.
She's going to have to make... So this is going to be a contested saving throw. You guys watch as Erasmus
Who's
cast
casting his laugh on him?
telekinesis on Elena, lifts her up in the air 15 feet and moves her 1, 2, 3, 15 feet here.
Which one's
almost
Elena?
face
Do we
to
want to
face.
keep her alive?
She's a Zengarden lady.
We get it.
Yeah, fuck it.
And you watch as he moves her and holds her in place right in front of the artifact.
We want to keep Elena alive. She's a friend
for?
and she's useful and she can channel the divinity of the gods.
You better go get her then. I'm
I'm
kinda
going
tied up
to.
right now.
I'm going to.
I'm a little bit busy.
That's Erasmus's turn done. Zombie number 2 looks at you, Braden, expectantly,
I'm gonna
and
nod at him.
he feels like he's saved up quite a bit of a bond with you, and he doesn't want to go against Erasmus. He is going to forego making any action this turn.
Oh,
He's
that's
just gonna
really
stand there.
cute.
My
Conflicted.
bestest friend.
You
Speaking
said
of
you loved
bestest
him.
friend, Piggly, you're up next. I'm going to kill him and bring him back.
Where the artifact is, I'm going to cast Mage Hand right next to it.
Okay, roll a d100 for
Yeah, I
me,
fucking know.
please.
48.
48. I don't think we've had that yet. 48
No, we haven't.
is...
There's a lot of numbers we haven't fucking had yet.
You guys watch as Mage Hand appears right next to the artifacts. And also, please tell me I can bring this in.
I swear to God, if a dragon shows up,
Unicorn.
I'm out.
Okay.
If a dragon shows up, I am out of here.
As stepping out of a portal of golden light and green leaves.
What?
Piggly.
A unicorn?
Yay!
And it appears close to where you were, Piggly. It doesn't seem beholden to your commands or anything like that. It's just appeared here. I'm gonna roll initiative.
Brayden, you can talk to the unicorn.
Friend or
Oh shit, yeah! Uzi!
Also, the unicorn speaks celestial, so
I can also talk to
Oh,
the unicorn.
okay. Oh my god,
gibberish
this
to
is a
me.
challenge rating of 5. This thing's powerful, though. Okay. So he's gonna take his turn. Okay. It will be after zombie 4 in that case. Okay, but the unicorn has appeared, and it's very, well, as much as you can gather from a fey creature like this, kind of confused why it's been brought out of its home into this area. And it's just going to sit here for a second and observe.
Does the
Is
mage
that the end
hand
of your
work?
turn, Pig? Yeah, the mage hand did go off, yeah.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab the artifact. Try and grab it and throw it to myself if it
Okay.
is grabbable.
That is a bold move.
Do a strength check first, please.
Oh shit. That ain't good. Oh fuck me. 10.
10. Okay. You can't move it from its place, but you watch as you grab it and you try and shift it. The small amount that it does move and that it does give, you watch as the tower starts to tilt a little bit more and sway as you're basically in tune with as you're moving the artifact. It seems to sort of tilt and sway and bend a little bit. You feel very unsafe right now, but you gather this artifact can be moved if you so desire.
Except I feel like it wouldn't be a good idea.
YOLO.
It make a result.
We've got a unicorn. We've got a unicorn. It's fine.
Okay. Does that end your turn, Pigley?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Next up then, LDB. That's you, bro.
Fantastic. Probably just gonna keep smacking Erasmus. Probably, to be fair. I mean,
Go for it.
not sure what else I'm gonna be doing right now. So I'm just gonna hit him. That'd be a 13.
A 13. 13. It hits.
Bash. Slash. Oh, okay. 8.
8 points of damage. Okay. That's your first
Gosh.
attack.
Bang. Okay, second attack. Bash. Natural 20.
Oh. Oh my god. I think. Okay, Dan. Roll the damage first and then I'll let you know what happens.
Okay. It wasn't high. 9.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, right. You got one more attack you want
And
to do
then one more, yep.
Okay.
Bang! 19.
19 does hit. Okay, this might actually still come back.
Bling! 5, 9, 11.
11 points of damage.
Yes.
Christ
What's
almighty.
that
Okay. Okay, Dan. How do you want to do this?
Is it Erasmus I'm killing?
It's Erasmus.
Fucking better be as well, alright. Okay. Is he still floating technically?
He's still
Or
floating,
is he still floating? Okay. Okay. Amazing. So I've got a perfect idea then.
Okay.
I've slashed the shit out of him. He's all dazed. He's like, oh my god, I'm so nearly gonna die.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stow my axes behind my back, like woof, both behind me, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab his leg.
Oh no, you're gonna Hulk smash it.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna I'm gonna grab his leg and I'm gonna do the Loki Hulk smash.
Okay.
Bush, bush,
Nice.
bush, bush, bush. I want brains. I want eyes everywhere, and I want to scream when I'm doing it. This is for Varlin. And go bah 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 bah.
All three
Nice.
eyes.
Nice. Okay. Okay, you watch as LDB goes absolutely feral and starts slamming Erasmus around on the ground.
Feral is correct.
And there's blood now being splattered across the whole area. As each time Erasmus gets hit and starts to lose consciousness, the zombies slowly just start to, like, with each hit against the ground, they start to, like, fall a little bit until they eventually completely just collapse on the ground. So both these zombies for the time being are out of commission, and Erasmus also out of commission right now. You've splattered his brains across, but with that, you watch now as the beacon starts to shine. At the moment, it's stable. The beacon in the center of the room is stable. We'll say the danger, as far as the combatants are concerned, has passed. The beacon now just seems to be glowing very brightly, and the runes in the center and all the previously where it was pulsing, it's now just a solid color of red. Nothing seems to be changing at the moment.
Now can I use Mage Hand to grab it and throw it to myself?
Wait, are we still in combat?
Are we still in combat?
We're
Yeah.
still in initiative order, yes.
Okay.
So it's me next. Unicorn.
So it'll be
next?
you next because the
Who
zombies
says my
are
goes
out.
done? I've got a pocket full of sand over it. No, I'm joking.
No, it's the unicorn next.
Yeah, I thought that was.
The unicorn doesn't really know what's going on or why it's here. You watch as the unicorn takes its action to look at you, Piggly, and say, "Oh there, traveller. Why have you brought me to this plane?" And that'll be the end of its turn. Next up.
So now it's me.
Fiscal. Yes.
Okay, so the unicorn speaks Celestial, correct?
Correct.
Just double checking that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say to the unicorn, you are here by pure happenstance, I will admit. However, would you be willing to depart with these two injured people here to a safe distance? And I'm hoping he can talk to me even though it's not his turn.
I will say yes. He'll turn to you while you're having this dialogue, because the unicorn's action just was and now it's yours. So while you're having this dialogue, he turns to you and says, "How very curious. What is your name, traveller?"
Fiscal Slonging. And yours?
Never mind that. You want me to save these two?
If you would be so kind, yes.
Very well, Fiscal Schlonging. A name given
knows
is
your
a
last
name
name.
owed. And his eyes start to glow as he extends out from his eyes a latching vine almost of light. He touches Thalara, touches Elena, and all three of them disappear.
Okay, cool. I'm going to... Does that... Talking doesn't count as an action, surely?
No.
Okay, so I'm then going to pull out my short bow and hold an action for attack.
So Rasmus is gone, or is he still here? Sorry.
His body's still there.
Okay.
What holding an attack to attack what?
I'm holding an attack with my short bow.
To just attack anything?
To potentially attack. In fact...
Don't you fucking do it.
What?
Don't you attack the fucking...
Yeah, we have to see what happens, Braden.
But we could see what happens by me grabbing it and...
Mage handing.
Powerful.
Or we can just attack it.
Or I can be powerful.
We can just attack it.
All powerful be it.
Okay, Alright, so I'm gonna look at Piggly after... Obviously, I've seen him try and mage hand this gem, yes?
Yes, correct.
So I'm going to turn to Piggly and I'm going to go, what would you do with this if you had the ability to use it?
Ooh, intriguing.
Would you use it to progress our trio, our group, and benefit those that we can come in contact with? Or are you going to use it to further potential nefarious goals?
They're great, you're okay.
I would use it to assist our trio in wherever our travels take us.
Are you lying? Because if you are, roll deception, I'll roll.
I'm not, no.
Alright,
I'm not.
cool. Okay, in that case, I will just hold an action with my short bow.
Okay.
To attack the phase 2 of Erasmus.
LDB, what are you doing on your turn?
I'm turning around, I'm going, guys, what the fuck are we doing here?
Is that all you're doing?
I mean, yeah, I've just murdered Rasmus. I mean, I could feast on his body,
hold
but
an action.
I'm not
Hold
sure.
an action. Trust me. Hold an action.
I'll get my swords, my axes back out.
Okay. As you turn around to say to the guys, "What's going on here?" and you pull out your axes under Fiscal's eyes. Fiscal and Piggly, you watch as previously you'd seen Erasmus scattered across the floor, and now you see him slowly rising behind LDB,
Told you, Dark
looking
Souls
a
boss.
little bit paler,
God.
with pulsating black veins now growing larger, his eyes now crackling with red energy as he looks up and he says, I thought I told you to leave. And he goes to attack LDB, but at that point, the artifact begins to shine even more as the glow is brighter. Piggly, give me a perception check, please.
Yep. 18.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. You watch as a very, very, very powerful spell takes effect here. Erasmus had placed upon him, not by himself, but by some other force, you can tell because it's forcibly removing him now, a contingency spell that is slowly, bit by bit, pulling him into the veil in the sky. And he's like, no, I thought I had more time. No, you bastards. And as he says that, his voice starts to echo as his essence, his body is just pulled almost like jelly straight into the rift in the sky as he has now been removed from this plane. He is alive, however.
Arathan?
No,
and
I don't think
you
so.
watch as
He
the
was controlling undead.
the
Seems like a brave
artifact
Arathan
starts
thing.
to lower down to the ground now, and it's slowly just hovering above where the sigil was. You watch as some of the sigils start to blink out of light. What are you guys doing?
I'll turn to Piggly and I'll
Hello.
go, it's all yours. I trust in you thus far.
Can I shout across? Well, that was fucking weird.
Yep. How about we get down from here and see what we can salvage?
I'm gonna run up to the crystal like a giddy little child. Run up and grab it.
He's letting me have something!
Yay, stuff!
Piggly, you touch the crystal, and
Implode.
immediately your consciousness is taken to the rift in the sky. And in front of you, you see the essence of Erasmus just being tunneled, siphoned away to some location somewhere.
I'm gonna flip
But
flip it off.
as the rift tears open, a vision unfurls before your eyes, revealing a very strange scene. You can see three silhouettes dominating the view in front of you, but they're shrouded in an eerie, pulsating glow. The first figure is a towering behemoth of a man with 4 muscular arms extending outward in an intimidating grace, 6 glowing eyes arranged in 2 vertical rows, piercing through the darkness, each one flickering with a malevolent intelligence. Its presence is overwhelming and it's exuding an aura of raw power and ancient fury. Next to him is a thin, regal figure that stands tall, wearing a crown that seems to be made of shadow and starlight. Around its neck float strange, luminous orbs, each one swirling with cosmic energy. The orbs move in an intricate dance, reflecting the ethereal elegance and profound knowledge of arcane secrets. The third silhouette is a grotesque sight, a figure whose body and the limbs are contorted by a myriad of ethereal strings. These strings shimmer with an unearthly light, twist and manipulate the figure like a puppet, making its movements jerky and unnatural. The strings pulse in a rhythm, suggesting agonizing control over the figure's very existence. These 3 formidable beings are gathered around an ancient central artifact, powerful relic that draws energy from the ground below. The artifact in front of you that you're grasping radiates a brilliant light, sinister as it channels this raw power into each of the figures, their forms glowing brighter with each passing moment. But just as you're watching in horrid fascination, the vision starts to waver as the power is no longer being absorbed through the ground, The edges of the veil start to blur and fade, and just before the rift closes, the eyes of all three figures snap to you, Piggly, their gazes piercing and filled with an ominous intent. In that instant, a surge of dread washes over you, and the magical ritual abruptly fails, slamming the rift shut and plunging the tower into a cold, black silence. You guys watch as Piggly touches the crystal and just immediately collapses to the ground.
Oh, pig,
Um,
mate. What's going on?
I'll run over to Piggly and I'll check his consciousness.
His heart's still beating. He
Okay.
is out of it though at the moment.
Um,
I'm on drugs.
is the
You're
gem like in his hand?
Yeah, he's holding the artifact like he's wrapping around it basically with his arms like it's a toy almost.
Okay, I'll just go put him over my shoulder, and I'll head for the stairs.
Okay, as you head for the stairs, everyone's watching as the runes slowly start to power off in the center now. There's smoke coming off them as if they've been worked overtime, basically trying to get this power. And one by one, they all start to fade. And as the power fades, the tower starts crumbling. Are you guys all making your way down the side now?
Well,
Yes.
Okay. Well, Piggly's being carried by Fisk.
I'm unconscious, so.
I'll say Fiscal and LDB. I want you guys to give me an athletics check, please.
-1. That's a
15.
16.
16
Yeah,
for
not bad.
Fiscal. What did you get?
15.
15. Okay. I'll say you guys narrowly are avoiding. Basically, as you're running down now, you're looking behind you, catch a glimpse, and you're watching as the tower is just falling apart above you. The steps ahead, you're unsure of your footing, but just through to your natural reflexes, you start dashing all the way down as the tower gives and crumbles behind you. You reach the bottom of the staircase just in time as the tower and part of the ground just starts to fall into a sinkhole.
Bash.
Okay.
We can close that map now, by the way.
Bye bye, tower.
As we get to the bottom,
Mhm.
I'll summon back Crezion.
Yep.
He thought I forgot about that bitch. And I'll ask if he found anybody.
He says, a lot of bodies everywhere.
Any alive?
Maybe. All on the ground, lying on the ground.
Okay.
Cryptic bastard.
If I were to tell Crezion where the Frost Inn is, would he know where to go?
You could bamf into his eyes and point him in the direction and say, fly that way.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll tell him to go, like, just head straight up, look over, and like direct him into the general direction of the Frost Inn.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. It makes his way over there. What are you guys doing here now? Basically, you're watching now is just the soldiers that you came in with are resting. Some of them are clearing off some of the bodies. Some of the zombies are starting like the recovery process now. Carluccio, nowhere to be seen at the moment.
Okay. Is Aloric there?
He's there. He's helping some of the soldiers that he brought with him back up to the feet, and he's taking count of how many he's lost.
Okay. I'll head over to Aloric, and I'll ask first of all, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Well, as far as battles go, Sir Schlongding, I'm afraid this one wasn't too good.
Aloric, call me Fizz, please.
Oh,
Have you seen where Antonio's gone? I can't seem to see him anywhere.
he took off with some of his mercenaries, compatriots, off towards, I believe, the docks area. I don't know the land around here too well, but in that direction. He points towards where the northern docks were.
Okay. How are your men? Have you suffered many casualties?
We've lost about half of our men. The ones that remain are not in fighting standard at the moment. I fear they will need to take a bit of time to recover, and then we shall help with the proceedings.
Final question, I promise. Have you seen a unicorn with two women kicking about?
A unicorn?
Which is a bizarre question to ask now that I think about it.
I'm not sure what went on when you ran up that tower there, but as strange as this day has been, I fear I've not seen any fey creatures or unicorns.
Okay, no, that's fine. I probably should have directed the unicorn to go somewhere. I'm not under my breath. Okay, well, see to your men. I will check back in soon. I obviously need to go check on the others.
He nods his head.
I assume at this point I've still got Fiscal. No, I'm Fiscal. Piggly over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. LDB, are you just by me or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Obviously
Just
because.
showed war. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Piggly can give us some more insight into the arcane side.
Wake up,
of
Piggly!
things.
Wake up!
He clearly needs his rest.
Hello!
LDB.
All right.
He needs his rest. I'm gonna just hold on to him for now. And with the information that Aloric's given us, I'm gonna say, LDB, see if you can find Thalara and Elena anywhere in the unicorn.
As you turn around to give the as you turn around to speak to LDB, you can hear some of the men in the background just go, "I thought he had hair. What happened there? Is he?"
At which point I pull my hood like even further over my head.
Yeah. Okay, so LDB, you want to go search for Thalara and Elena and the unicorn.
Yeah.
Fiscal, what are you doing here?
I want to head to the docks
Is
to try and
Piggly
find
with me
Antonio.
or with Kelly? Did you give him to me?
I gave him to you, yeah.
That was you said. Okay.
Because Piggly. How long does that silver
Fox.
tongue thing work on for?
An hour.
Okay,
And
so
it's only been about a minute.
yeah.
Well, wake
I was
up
gonna
first,
say,
for me.
so if he wakes up prior to finding the unicorn, he can commune with it. If not, you still find the Thalara and Elena, so it's fine. And I will head to the docks to try and find Antonio.
Okay. I'll say this is a good spot to cut tonight's session, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Yeah, we'll leave it here.
Yay.
We want to
Well,
leave
that
on a
was
high
fun.
note so that when we come back in, we can come back in strong, yeah?
Did we level
okay.
up from that session?
Did you level up from that session?
That
You
seems
just
like a
grabbed
very
an
level
ancient
up session.
artifact, and you're asking me, did you just level up in that session?
This guy can't talk currently, right? He's unconscious, right? I thought this guy.
Yeah.
I will say yes.